Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What a good time to be alive. Mm, mm, mm. Boy. I know y'all thought I was wanting to coming on today on a good, what is it, Sunday? Yeah. I know you thought I wasn't coming on, but I have to. Got to keep the momentum. Got to keep the interaction with the people. And we're going to start this off early. Shout out to the people who wait for the row, wait for the information, who is always there. Give you 54 reasons why you shouldn't be calling yourself black in America. Right? So that's the beginning of the program. Really don't got too much time to waste. Shout out to the people who's here for the most part. If you're not, see you when you wake up. See you when you wake up, champion. That's the thing. You got to be here when it's time. You got to be here. Shout out to the students flowing in just right. Hit that like button and subscribe. They keep telling me I can't make money off my videos I'm doing on this subject matter. And I had to really think about that and say, I wasn't making no money anyway. Press one. I'm not monetized anyway. Why y'all sending me emails and I can't monetize the information? I'm not monetized anyway. Okay. Nothing I can do. You got to present the information correctly and got to put it in perspective. Shout out to this lovely young lady who's done a marvelous job at her historical mindset when it comes to this. You know, breaking this stuff down isn't easy, and it's a lot of concentration that goes into these live streams and such, and even the callers that call in. So God bless y'all out there, and God bless the people who actually really support this broadcast. Now look, this sister Sade Renee L. 54 reasons to stop calling yourself black. Christian Black Codes of 1724. I'm gonna show y'all how racist this can really get. You can see already the 8-ball looks like an 8-ball auction in Negro sales. But we're going to get to it. Come on.
Peace, love, and power. I am Sade Renee L. All rights reserved, and I'm back at it again with another video. And today I'm actually going to be going over the Christian Black Codes. And this is the Christian Black Codes of 1724. And I'm going to give you...
And now that you know who is who to the people in this classroom, and who this is directed at, who the French are, who the Catholics are, who they made you worship Apollyon and Serapis and all that. It's time to pay attention.
57 reasons why you should not, actually 54 reasons why you should not call yourself black. All right, there's 54 articles in the Christian Black Codes. I'm going to read every single one of them, and that should give you 54 reasons.
Hashtag 54.
Again, to stop calling yourself black. All right. Once again, I am Sade Renee L. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to read straight through it. Christian Black Codes of 1724. Article 1. Decrees the expulsion of the Jews from the colony. Article 2.
Sounds familiar. Decrees the expulsion of the Jews from the colony.
Article 1. Decrees the expulsion of the Jews from the colony. Article 2. Make it imperative on masters to impart religious instruction to their slaves. Article 3. Permits the exercise of the Roman Catholic Creed only. Every other mode of worship is prohibited.
Make sense? Let's go.
Article 4. Negroes placed under the direction or supervision of any other person than a Catholic are liable to confiscation.
Make sense? Let's go.
Article 5. Sundays and holidays are to be strictly observed. All Negroes found at work on these days are to be confiscated.
That's the wrong day. You know, it'll be the Sabbath would be Saturday. So this is forced servitude under the Catholic Church. There's this forced observance of a false Sabbath. Let's go.
Article 6.
You broke the covenant. You broke the Sabbath. So you can see them restricting you right there, breaking you down.
We forbid our white subjects of both sexes to marry with blacks, under penalty of being fined and subjugated to some other arbitrary punishment. We forbid our curates, priests, and missionaries of our secular and regular clergy, and even our chaplains in our navy to sanction such marriages.
Boom. Why the Navy? Let's keep it going.
We also forbid all our white subjects and even the manumitted or free-born blacks
Look,
to live in a state of concubinage with
told you. Concubines. What I say? Artificial intelligence or artificial insemination? Incubator babies? I'm telling you. Here we go.
slaves. Should there be any issue form this kind of intercourse, it is our will that the person so offending and the masters of the slaves should pay each fine of 300 levers. Should said issue be the result of concubinage of the master his slave, said master shall not only pay the fine, but be deprived of the slave and of the children, who shall be adjudged to the hospital of the locality. And said slave shall be forever incapable of being set free. But shall this illicit intercourse have existed between a free black and his slave, when said slave, according to the forms prescribed by the church, said slave shall there be set free, and the children shall become free and legitimate. And in such a case there shall be no application of the penalties mentioned in the present article. Article 7. The ceremonies and forms prescribed by the ordinances of Blouse and by the edict of 1691 for marriage shall be observed both with regard to free person and slaves. But the consent of the father and mother of the slave is not necessary. That of the master shall be the only one required.
Wow.
Article 8. We forbid all curates to process or to effect marriages between slaves without the proof of the consent of their master. And also, we forbid all masters to force their slaves into marriages against their wills. Article 9. Children issued from the marriage of slaves shall follow the condition
against the will. If you understand trust, you would understand what against their will is.
their parents, and shall belong to the master of the wife, and not of the husband,
Wow.
if the husband and the wife have different masters. Article 10. If the husband be a slave, and the wife a free woman, it is our will how their children, of whatever sex they may be, shall share the condition of their mother, and be as free as she, notwithstanding the servitude of their father. And if their father be free, and the mother a slave, then the children shall be slaves. Article 11. Masters shall have their Christian slaves buried in consecrated ground. Article 12. We forbid slaves to carry offensive weapons or heavy sticks under the penalty of being whipped, and of having said weapons confiscated for the benefit of the person seizing his same.
That's in militia law. That's mob rule.
An exception is made in favor
This is where
of
you get the idea. He got a gun on him. He may have had to.
those slaves who are hunting or are shooting for their masters, and who carry with them a written permission to that effect, or being designated by some known mark or badge. Article 13. We forbid slaves
Whoa.
belonging to different masters to gather in crowds either by day or by night, under the pretext of a wedding or for any other cause,
The injunction.
either a dwelling or on the grounds of one of their masters or elsewhere, and much less on the highways or in secluded places under the penalty of corporal punishment, which shall not be less than a whip. In case of frequent offenses of the kind, the offenders shall be branded with the mark of the flower de luce, and should have there be aggravating circumstance, capital punishment may be applied at the discretions of the judges. We command all of our subjects, be they officials or not, to
Oh
seize
my
all.
goodness. That's the Trinity. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. It's the Saints logo. I knew it. Damn, this shit just got real. I just had to type that in, fam.
all offenders to arrest and conduct them to prison, although there should be no judgment against
So
them.
those are prisoners of war.
Article 14. Master who shall be convicted of having permitted or tolerated such gathering as aforesaid composed of other slaves than their own shall be sentenced individually to indemnity their neighbors for the damages occasioned by said gatherings, and to pay for the first time a fine of 30 livres, and double that sum on the repetitions of the offense. Article 15. We forbid Negroes to sell any commodities, provisions, or produce any kind without the written permission of their masters, or without wearing their known marks or badges, and any persons purchasing anything from
Shit.
Negroes.
Where do you think the star came from? The badges that was worn. You had to wear a badge. That's why you were marked. You were put that Jewish star, the star of Jude. That's the star. That's the badge, the patch. To identify that you are able to. You are shit.
In violation of this
Shit.
article shall
In
be
that same
sentenced to
manner,
pay a
bro.
fine of
Think about it.
1,500 livres. Articles 16, 17, 18, and 19 provide at length for the clothing of slaves and or their subsistence. Article 20. Slaves who shall not be properly fed, clad, and provided for by their masters may give information thereof to the Attorney General of the Superior Council or to all the officers of the inferior jurisdiction, and may put he written exposition of their wrongs into their hands, upon which information, and even ex officio, shall the information come from another quarter. The Attorney General shall prosecute said masters without charging any cost to the complainant. It is our will that this regulation be observed in all accusations for crime and barbarous and inhumane treatment brought by slaves against their masters. Article 22. We declare that slaves have no right of any kind of property, but that all that they acquire either be by their own industry or by the ability of others, or by any other means or title, whatever shall be the full property, but that all that they require either by their own industry or by the ability of others, or by any other means or title, whatever shall be the full property of their masters, and the children of said slaves, their fathers, mothers, their kindred, or any other relation either free or slave, shall have no pretensions or claim thereto,
Shit.
either through the testamentary, nor positions, nor donations, inter vava, which depositions and donations we declare null and void. And also whatever promise they may have entered into by persons incapable of disposing of anything or participating to any contract. Article 23. Masters
Okay,
shall be
the reason
responsible
for
for
point.
what their slaves have done by their command, and also for what transactions they have permitted their slaves to do in their shops, in the particular line of commerce with whom they were entrusted, and in case said slaves shall have acted without
What? You heard that?
actions they have permitted their slaves to do in their shops, in the particular line of commerce with whom they were entrusted, and in case said slaves shall have acted without the order of authorization of their masters. Said masters shall be responsible only for so much as the turn to their profit. And if said masters have not profited by the dining or transaction of their slaves, the per curiam which the masters have permitted to slave to own shall be subjected to all claims against said slaves, after deduction made by the masters of what may be due to them. And if said per curiam should consist in whole or in part of merchandises in which the slaves had permissions to traffic, the master shall
See,
own.
the God, the commerce and merchants and all that, that's the God of Mercury. In Roman religion, Catholicism and all that other stuff, Roman religion, God of shopkeepers and merchants, travelers and the transportation of goods, and thieves and tricksters. Mercury. Do you understand that? Mercury. Ain't that what y'all looking for in alchemy? There it is.
only come in for their
That's
share
their
in
God.
common with the
So
other
that's another
credits.
one of their gods. That's a form
Article
of
24.
commerce, and the God of commerce
Slaves shall be
is
incapable of all public functions, and of being constituted agents for any other person than their own masters, with powers to manage or conduct any kind of trade, nor can they serve as arbitraries or experts, nor shall they be called to give their testimony either in a civil or criminal cases, except when it shall be a matter of necessity, and only in default of white people. But in no case shall they be permitted to serve as witness either for or against their masters. Article 25. Slaves shall not be parties to civil suits, either as plaintiffs or defendants, nor shall they be allowed to appear as complainants in criminal cases, but their masters shall have the right to act for them in civil matters, and in criminal ones, to demand punishment and reparation for such outrages and excesses as their slaves may have suffered from. Article 26. Slaves may be prosecuted criminally without their masters being made parties to the trial, except they should be indicated as accomplices, and said slaves shall be tried, at first, by the judges of ordinary jurisdiction, if there be any, and on appeal, by the superior council, with the same rules, formalities, and proceedings observed for free persons, save the exceptions mentioned hereafter. Article 27 to 32 of the Black Codes were not immediately available. Article 33. Slaves who have made themselves liable to the penalty of the whip, the flower de luce brand, and ear cutting, shall be tried in the last resort, by the ordinary judges of the inferior courts, and shall undergo the sentence passed upon them without there being an appeal to the superior council, and confirmation or reversal of judgment, notwithstanding the Article 26 of the present code, which shall be applicable to the judges in which the slaves convicted is sentenced to be hamstrung or to suffer death. Article 34. Freed or born free Negroes, who shall have afforded refuge to their house to fugitive slaves, shall be sentenced to pay their masters of said slaves the sum of 30 livres a day for every day which they shall have concealed said fugitives. And other free persons guilty of the same offense shall pay a fine of 10 livres a day as aforesaid. And should the freed or free-born Negroes not be able to pay the fine herein specified, they shall be reduced to the condition of slaves, and be sold as such.
Not like this. Not like this.
Should the price of the sale exceed the sum mentioned in the judgment, the surplus shall be delivered to the hospital. Article 35. We permit our subjects in this colony who may have slaves concealed in any place whatever to have them sought after by such person and in such a way they deem proper, so to proceed themselves to such research as they may think best. Article 36. The slave who is sentenced to suffer death on the denocation of this matter shall, when that master is not an accomplice to the crime, be appraised before his execution by 2 of the principal inhabitants of the locality, which shall be especially appointed by the judge, and the amount of the said appraisement shall be paid to the master, to raise the sum, and shall be collected by the persons invested with that authority. Article 37. We forbid all the officers of the Superior Council and all other officers of the justice in the colony to take any fees or receive any perquisites in criminal suits against slaves, under the penalty in doing of being dealt with as guilty of extortion. Article 38. We also forbid all of our subjects in this colony, whatever their condition or rank may be, to apply on their own private authority the rack of their slaves under the pretense whatever, and to mutilate said slaves in any other of their limbs, or in any parts of their bodies, under the penalty of confiscation of said slaves. And masters, so offending, shall be liable to a criminal prosecution. We only permit masters when they shall
This just sound like fucking POW camp type shit.
think that the case requires it, to put their slaves in irons and to have them whipped with rods and ropes. Article 39. We command our officers of justice in this colony to institute criminal process against masters and overseers, and shall have killed or mutilated their slaves, when in the power and under their supervision, and to punish said murder according to the atrocity of the circumstances. And, in case the offense shall be a pardonable one, we permit them to pardon said master and overseer without it being necessary to obtain from U.S. letter patent of pardon. Article 40. Slaves shall be held in law as movables, and they shall be part of the community of acquis between husband and wife. They shall be seized under any mortgage whatever, and they shall be equally divided among their co-heirs, without admitting from any one of their said heirs and claim founded on precup or right of primogeniture or dowry.
Not like this. Not like this.
It's time to get real this week. It's time to get serious, y'all. I told you.
Article 41-42 are entirely relative to judicial forms and proceedings. Article 43. Husbands and wives shall not be seized and sold separately when belonging to the same master, and their children, who under 14 years of age, shall not be separated from their parents, and such seizures and sales shall be null and void. The present article shall apply to voluntary sales, and in such case sales should take place in violation of law, the seller shall be deprived of the slave he has illegally retained, and said slave shall be adjudged to be purchased without any additional. Article 44. Slaves 14 years old, and from this age up to 60, who are settled on lands and plantations, and are at present workings on them, shall not be liable to seize for debt, except for what may be due out of purchase money agreed to be paid for them, unless said grounds of plantation should be also distressed and seized, and judicial sale of real estate, without including the slaves of the aforesaid age, who are part of the said estate, shall be deemed null and void. Article 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49 are relative to certain formalities to be observed in judicial proceedings. Article 50. Master, when 25 years old, shall have the power to manumit their slaves, either by testamary dispositions or by acts inter vivas. But, as there may be mercenary masters disposed to set a price on the liberation of their slaves, and whereas slaves, with a view to acquire the necessary means to purchase their freedom, may be tempted to commit theft or deeds of plunder, no mitter to set free his slaves, without the obtaining from the superior council a decree of permission to that effect, which permission shall be granted without cost, when the motive for the setting free of said slaves, as specified in the petition of the master, shall appear legitimate to the tribunal. All future acts for the emancipation of the slaves freed shall not be entitled to their freedom. They shall be taken away from their former masters and confiscated for the benefit of the India Company. Article 51.
I told you. This is Exodus. This is out of here. What company? Told you. India. The Rat King.
However, said slaves should be appointed by their masters tutors to their children. Said slaves shall be held and regarded as being set free to all intent and purposes. Article 53. We declare that the acts for the enfranchisement of slaves, passed according to the forms above described, shall be equivalent on an act of naturalization. When said slaves are not born
Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
in colony of Louisiana, and they shall enjoy all the rights and privileges inherent to our subjects born in our kingdoms,
Told you.
or in
White. This is a total takeover. You see it here. They've written it. Then you can see it in law. Then you can see it in scripture. But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. You know, I'm so happy that we teaching so many of our people how to wake up from this grand illusion at this time in history.
any land or colony under dominion. We declare, however, that all monumented slaves and all freeborn Negroes are incapable of receiving donations, either by their testimony dispositions or by acts inter vivas from the whites. Said donation shall be null and void, and the objects of said donation shall be applied to the benefits of the nearest hospital. Article 53. We commend all monumented slaves to show the profoundest respect to their former slaves, to their widows and children, and any injury or insult offered by the same monumented slave to their former masters, their widows or children, shall be punished with more severity than if it had been offered to any other person. We, however, declare from exempt form of discharge of all duties or services, and foreign payment of all taxes or fees, or anything else in relation to their person, or to the personal or real estate, either during the life or after the death of said slave. Article 54. We grant manumitted slaves the same rights, privileges, and immunities which are enjoyed by freeborn persons. It is our pleasure that their merit in having acquired their freedom shall produce in the favor not only with regard to the person.
You got to be married to acquire what? Didn't I tell you all that? You want to be free. Y'all think Kev playing. I told you, you have to be. And you got to know this truth beyond measure. For sure, for sure.
But also to their property. The same effects which our other subjects derive from the happy circumstance of having been born free. And this was in the name of the KK, in the name of the K King, March 1724.
Wow. Wow. You take a look at this stuff and you're like, whoa, lots of great information you should be looking into because we're about to go there real quick. I'm tired of these little Taj hats. Press one, running around the community. I'm tired. Literally, the Smurf hat is really something that you should really inquire. We've been talking about the little midget communities and all that, but it's really just wizardry. Now let me bring it in to play here, because a lot of people didn't do their research while the video was on, and nor do they have to. I mean, it's up to every individual to do their own research. But let me bring mine up and let me show you something that's very important that had my brain thinking real quick. I do my notes real fast. Shout out to Cabro University though, but I do my notes real fast. So I had to go real quick while I was live streaming. Let me show y'all how to do this. And I said, wow, that's the logo of the Saints. The logo he mentioned, I mean, the little date, whatever that French word is, but it lets you know they are prisoners of war. Definitely. And they were branding this and putting this on a military garb as what? That's them. Prisoners of war. And I've been telling y'all about the prisoners of war for quite some time. So you to do your research on the concentration camps in America. Okay? One thing about what they used to do, you see this little scoundrel here? What does he have on his head? A Taj hat. Press one. And what is he doing? Branding a black person. You see Taj hat? You see? Branding. Remember they said it was branding? Well, it was them. The Smurfs again. I keep telling y'all, them Smurfs ain't nothing nice. Y'all keep fucking with these little dwarfs. Want to. Once again. And allow me to see that hat once again all over the place, dealing with our people being trafficked out of this nation and taken across. And look at them, the effeminate male there looking with another Smurf hat as they brand exactly what they were paid to do. I'm just showing you who was doing it, who was a part of the enslavement. They love to put it in illustration, artwork, as if it can't be done in pictures. What was done to you is live on the air. They always try to make it look like just way back in something BC, when this just happened a few grandmas ago. You see, so watch the artwork. They tell a lot of what they did in artwork because they got to pass these little small things down to explain to people how to keep you under control. Everybody who come to my class kind of know what the Taj hat represents. If you don't, go back. It's a wizardry hat. Press one. It's also a hat worn by it hit different when Kev got a shitload of pictures lined up for you. Press one. It hit different when they are part of the African militia. You see the black ass right there? Press one. You see that army of the French Pope? It's really the Pope's hat. If you look at it, it's the same hat, but shaped in wizardry. Here they are again. And you know he African because all you got to do is zoom in. Okay? Look. This is what you're going to do. Pay attention. Head dresses and headwear is very important when listening to these little Keebler elves and these African Moorish science deceivers. One of the greatest deceivers. is these folk right here. I hope y'all learned a lot from that movie. And check this out. I asked you guys, did y'all go back and watch the the uh the Green Pastors movie? Nope. None of the fellas went back and watched it. No, they left me out there. They didn't go back and watch the video. They didn't do no work. Because if they would have did the work, they would have seen the same Smurf hats and Egyptian fortitudes and philosophies of science in the flick I was showing them. And that would have told you individuals, oh my goodness, Kev is right. Once again, remember the dunce hat, the wizard hat, wizardry, the Egyptians, Saturn worship, moon worship, Moses. Press one, you would have seen it. The mystic brothers of Ptah, and all this mistiveness that goes in the community right here. So there's no reason why Taj Hat, Mr. Mysticism himself, should be confused when the information that I'm giving y'all is in my notes. Once again, this is dealing with magic. When we was doing a video on the Cabbage Patch Kids, we was talking about this. Where it came from. These secret lodges and things of that nature that was with these individuals as far as overthrowing our people here in Americas, the Pan Africans. And y'all didn't want to believe me, but it's right here in the movie itself. It's right there in the movie itself. The Green Pastures. Press one. You want to hear it? You want to see? Because y'all don't really believe me. I got it. You got to be told. Then you got to be showed. Press one. You see? First you go. What is this one here? Watch this one. This is my man B.
B from Texas.
B from Texas. You on the air? What? You on the air with
Yeah, what's up? Good morning, bro.
You seem like you ready to go. What's up with you?
Man, I'm rejuvenated. Man, I'm rehydrated. Now it's time to get on them, bro.
That's right. What you on? What you on right now? What you thinking about?
Man, that movie, The Green Pasture.
Okay.
Man, that was a great find, bro.
Okay. Okay. So let me play the clip first, and then So I'm gonna put you on mute. You can stay on the phone. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna put you on mute.
Okay.
But I want to play them the tape so they can actually see what you're talking about. If that's okay.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
My man. So check this out, fam. What B is electrified about is this is about to be a real shocker to my students and the people who enjoy getting their information from this channel. Now, look, the Green Pastors is a perspective in the mind of a young black woman who is imagining the kingdom of God as it relates to human beings being told by her grandmother. Press one. And I want y'all to understand Moses talking to God about how about how God wants him to go and appeal to Pharaoh about your release. Now let's take a listen.
I hear that's just about all he's fond of. They tell me if you can't take a rabbit out of a hat, you can't even get in to see him.
If you can't do no magic, you can't even see him. If you can't pull a rabbit out the hat, you can't even see him. Check this out.
See what you and me's gonna show him.
Doggone, huh, Lord?
Yes, sir. Now, the first trick. You see this here rod? Looks like an ordinary walking stick, don't it?
Yes, Lord.
Well, it ain't no ordinary walking stick. 'Cause look, when I lays it down on the ground.
So here they are in front of Pharaoh doing magic tricks and all that. Listen, now Now, if a young girl can perceive this in her head, nigga, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up.
I'd like to help you out, son. But a man has got to be an awful good tricker to get into the Royal Society these
You got to be a real trickster to get into the Royal Society.
days. Now, I think you'd better go and study some more.
Told him to go better. You need to go study some more. Your tricks ain't working.
Has the head magician reached the royal waiting room yet?
I'm here.
Now, do y'all see these boars in the corner over here? Look, what is the Bible
Morning,
Boys
old
Brigade?
King Pharaoh.
Look.
Good morning, Professor. What's the news?
Everything is being carried out just like you said.
Well, how's the killing of the babes amongst the Hebrews coming along?
Just like you ordered.
They killed
You hear that? How am I killing them Hebrews?
them all, huh?
Do they see one they're killing? You teaching them a great lesson. They don't like it at all.
Oh, what they say?
I hate to tell you in front of the ladies.
Oh, they feel pretty bad, huh?
Last night, we killed over 1,000 of them. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that's fair. I guess you boys are doing the best you can.
Wow.
Now, what's new in the magic line?
What are they
Oh,
telling
I ain't
you?
got
The
many knowledge
Africans
today,
are
King.
The same people, I'm telling you, in their homeland, this is what it is.
I've been working too hard on them killings. Why, I'm so tired, I don't believe I could lift a wand.
Doggone, you were supposed to be the chief feature at the meeting this morning. Now look at the turnout you got here. All on account of my telling them that you was coming. Now it looks to me like the whole program's shot to pieces. What's the idea there?
Watch this.
See who
Y'all
that...
thinking about some false Egyptians. This is what it is. It's that whole philosophy, bro, like I've been teaching my class.
is. Who
Look.
told you you could come in here?
Look,
You
Moses.
old King Pharaoh?
That's me. You hear the question I ask?
My name is Moses.
The Hebrew Moses?
Yes, sir.
Put him to the sword.
Stay outside the
Kill him right now. Come on.
circle.
What's the idea here?
I'm a magician, old King Pharaoh.
Put a spell on him. I got magicians too. We'll see who's got the best magic.
Look at 19 keys and Brother being in the back.
Well, go ahead. Give him Gree.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, what's the matter?
I can't think of the right spell.
You mean he's even got you whipped?
Look
Oh,
at
no.
look at Morris World TV in the back.
Well, you ain't. Get him.
I got him. He got a new kind of magic. It's got electricity
Look at the noble Jew Ali and them. Look at what's his name? Choke no joke in them.
in it.
Well, now that makes it just a little different. So
Look at
you're
all
a
the
magician.
fraternities. Look.
Yes, sir.
Well, we's always glad to see a new tricker. That is, if he's good.
Well, they're just about the best in the world, sir.
Well, you certainly can talk big. Now, just what is it you'd like?
Well, I came here to show you some tricks, and I'm going to ask you to do something for me.
Well, I guess you know I'm a fool for conjuring. And if a man can show me some tricks that I ain't seen, I goes out of my way to do him a favor.
Well, that's good. You want to see the first trick?
You sure it ain't gonna hurt nobody?
Well, this one won't.
Go ahead.
Now, you see this rod? Looks like any ordinary walking stick.
Now, let me see. Mm-hmm.
Now, look what happens when I lay it down.
You see the gowns? Moon worshippers and Saturn worshippers and wizardry and Egyptians and this one and that one.
Turn it back into a walking stick.
Good gracious!
Oh, that I never
That's
did.
just what that man did. He's a good trickster.
Well, you is a good tricker.
Now, I'm going to ask you for a favor.
Sure, go ahead. What is it?
Africa Bambata.
Let the Hebrew children go.
What did you say?
This is the whole mindset.
Let the Hebrew children go.
Man,
Don't you
let
know
them
the
go.
Hebrews are my slaves?
Yes.
Sir, they're my slaves. And I won't let them go. Now, show me another trick.
Yes, sir. Well, this one's a little harder. Gnats in the mill pond, gnats in the clover, gnats in the cabbage patch, stinging all over. Let it by Joey. Let the Hebrew children go.
Sure.
You mean it?
Sure, doggone one to sting you on the nose.
Be gone.
I'm through with him.
Gone.
Oh, my God.
Good. Well, how about it?
You is a good tricker.
Yeah, will you let the Hebrew children go? Will you let the Lord's people go?
Well, I want to tell you something, boy. I want to tell you something you didn't know. Now, take me. I'm a pretty good tricker myself. And I just out-tricked you and your Lord. So, my being the best tricker, I don't think I will let them go. You got any more tricks?
No, you done it, King Pharaoh. You've been mean to the Lord's people, and he's been easy on you, because he know you didn't know no better. Now, you've been giving me a lot of say-so and no do-so, and I didn't mind that. But now you're bragging about you're better than the Lord, and that's just one too many.
Now, you talk like a preacher, and I ain't never like to hear no preachers talk.
And you won't like it any better when I strikes down the oldest boy in every one of your people's houses.
Now, you've given up tricking, and you're just lying. Now, I'm Pharaoh, and I do the striking down here, and I strike down my enemies. No one can kill who he wants to in Egypt except me.
I'm sorry, Pharaoh. Look, will you let the Hebrew children go?
You heard my word. Now, no more tricks out of you. I'll have my army.
Oh, Lord, I guess you'll just have to do it.
He's done it!
What have you done here? Where's my boy?
As you can see, from a different perspective, I ain't the only one who been calling this out since the inception. Now, B from Ohio, B from Texas. What's on your mind, champion?
Yes, sir. Man, that movie was powerful. I'm just listening to the audio. It's still powerful.
Yes,
but
sir.
to see the visuals with it and everything that we've been learning, it's everything you said, like plus more. Like it's just showing everything you said. Like not plus more, but just the visuals of it, man. I was like, wow, bro. They got Pharaoh with the fraternal order.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sitting here listening when you said 19 keys. I just bust out laughing because that's his hat right there. That boy got the box top model. You know what I'm saying? I said, dang, bro. Like y'all got this same thing rolling on. It ain't nothing new under the sun.
Nothing.
And I just listened to what Pharaoh was saying. That boy said he loved conjuring. I said, wow, bro, I didn't even catch that yesterday. I just caught it just now. Pharaoh was like, he loved conjuring.
Young Pharaoh?
So the witch, no, the Pharaoh on that movie that
okay.
that just said.
Oh, that's what he said?
He just said, I love conjuring. When Moses was like, hey, I got a trick for you, the boy said, oh, I love conjuring.
Oh, okay, the little frog-looking dude. I got you.
Yeah, so they showing they witchcraft and trickery, and then the head in that scene where they showed the head magician, he looking like what's his face daddy, what's his name in jail from with the hairline,
Brother Polite.
Yeah, that look like Brother Polite daddy out here killing the Hebrews. And his whole uniform got Saturn, the crescent moon and the star, and the KKK hat, you know, minus the mask. So I'm like, wow, bro. These boys, Afro Corp to the fullest.
Afro Corps, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, sir.
So way back then, they this movie is identifying them as the Egyptian mystic gods who wouldn't let the mindset wouldn't let the people go on a spiritual note, right? Not just bondage, but spiritual bondage and all that.
Yes, sir. And it showed that God sent Moses because he's against that. They can't make it like God is cool with that. And the Bible will tell you that even in this movie. It's showing you that God is against all of this. And our people under these mindsets of Egyptology, um, Saturn worship. That's the same thing. They're doing all of this stuff is the same thing. Um, Another thing that extra that video you just showed with all of that all of those articles. Wow, bro, that was something too,
Go
bro.
ahead, talk about it.
With all
You got it. That was like
man,
every
like
law, that everything that we've been talking about again. Uh, those
yes,
articles,
sir.
it's like you can see it in law, and that's what I'm waiting from the reaction from the people. Can you see this being done historically on a federal level in law in time
I
that we've been doing this? And I'm glad that you've called in, and go ahead, talk about it.
something that I noticed in that they were saying that they had to take it before any kind of dispute had to be taken before the ordinary courts, meaning they won't allow them to go take it to the Supreme Court because they already know what's gonna happen. You
Facts.
know, they. I, I'm like,
So they
wow,
wanted to
it's
keep
right
them the
there.
jurisdiction of their masters slash governors who hold the keys to their state.
Yes, sir. And then they won't allow. If I'm a slave, why are you even making a law where I can't own nothing? That must mean I own something. You
Right.
know,
And what are you talking about
like
estate? And what
my
are you talking about heirs and all of this other stuff? What does this mean? If we're just getting beat
exactly
the
like
fuck up, right?
we just getting beat up and we from somewhere else. We don't have nothing here. Why would you even make that and put that in law? So that tells me common sense that there is an estate, there is property owners, there is heirship from these people that you are making all these laws on. And with putting that video together with the clip with Moses and Pharaoh, they got the spirit of Pharaoh making all these laws against God's people. It's just it's that make it more clear and more evident to me, you
Bingo.
know.
So the laws line up with the power hold Pharaoh has on the God's people.
Yes, sir.
And
Which
Moses was
shows
sent to let Pharaoh know by way of his power and his magic and his raising up of a snake, correct?
yes, sir.
Yeah, it's always the raising up of of a serpent or some form of let me show you something with this serpent I got. But ain't that amazing how that relates with historical and scripture like that? That's crazy, G.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm like, man, it's that's incredible, bro. Man, it was so much. I'm gonna go back and look at that again too, because I know it's gonna be a lot we're gonna be able to pull from that. You know, I know people already they got their minds going. You got us going early, kid. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yes, sir. It was on today,
Well, like
but
what Kev what is Kev on today, boy? Man, I'm just
for
it's so
real, when
easy. I just wanna wake up and give the people more and more and more and more. And it do get frustrated, but not when I'm like this. I'm free minded. My mind is free, and I got great help. So now it's just like let's just produce content, put the information out there in ways that others aren't, and they'll see it in the future in the next 1, 2, 3 years if they gotta wait that long. Go ahead.
yes, sir. Another thing, you mentioned the mechanical mother. I don't know if you want to go into that
Yes,
right
sir. Go
now,
ahead. Go
but
well. I got I got I got you got to call back because I got this.
okay.
I want to show with the with the, with the with the Moors and this this time frame of their infiltration of the kingdom. I'm trying to. I got another video for them that's gonna drive them crazy
Well,
because the first Pan African conference. This is the Egyptian and philosophies of the devil that the Bible speak of.
ooh, and man, hey, I'm gonna wait. After you get
Okay.
done with that, I got something too
Okay.
that I found in my research.
Beautiful. And I'm this right after this video. It's only I think 53 seconds. Call me back.
Okay, I got you. Yes, sir.
Well, man, I found it on the YouTube short. Pay attention, y'all. I just want y'all to know. I want to relate all this back in history and time, so you will know these are black foreigners who is against us. Sonetta said he ain't with that monkey business. He showed pledge. He shows a part of it. Press one. So let's get this shit out the way. You got to be brave to do this, and that's what it's hard on the mind of a good nigga, but you got to be brave. And I see why people aren't. It's tough to be brave. It ain't easy. So trust me, I get it. I'm gonna motivate you though. But if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. Just stay out the kitchen. Take notes on this. 53 seconds, y'all. Just to relate it back. Who is this? This is Selassie, the first Pan-African conference. Let's go.
The first Pan-African Conference was a historic event held in 1900 in London, organized by prominent Pan-Africanist and African diaspora leaders. Its primary purpose was to address unity throughout the African diaspora, the issues of colonization, racial discrimination, and the socio-economic plight of people of African descent across
Now, who got you out there? Selassie and them. Who murdered you? The other ones. Who are they? Weed Legion, Pan-African Conferences when they came up with it. Let's get it.
Racial discrimination, and the socio-economic plight of people of African descent across the world. The conference was inspired by the vision of Henry Sylvester Williams, a Trinidadian lawyer and activist who
Not like this.
sought to unite people of African descent and build a global movement for their rights and liberation.
Told you. And then at the same time, what are they doing with you? Getting you the fuck up out of here.
Attendees included influential figures such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Bishop Alexander Walters, and Anna Julia Cooper. The conference focused on fostering solidarity among Africans and people of African heritage, promoting the idea of racial equality.
Y'all gonna end up in Palestine playing these motherfucking games.
And advocating for the end of colonial rule in Africa.
You see that? That should have taught you everything you need to know. Listen.
The first Pan-African Conference was a historic event held in 1900 in London, organized by prominent Pan-Africanists
in London. But they had to go to Europe to meet up.
Not like this.
They always try to make it sound good.
Not like this.
They said, man, we gonna help y'all bring these niggas in. Ooh, we gonna help y'all bring these niggas in. Walter Plecker, man. How we gonna do this? I bet you all of them was there. That's these guys right here. Sonetta is a betrayer to black people. He is, in fact, a white man. Press 1. Hey, Sonetta, how many Negroes you out there fooling every day? 1,000, sir. How are ya? Press 1. So when you look at this black man, I'm going to make a living example out of you, nigga. You coons. You tethered babies. Huh? These are the ones who have lied to you on behalf of the Smurfs. Press 1. They have pledged the oath with a dead corporation. Hit that like button and subscribe. And said, I am with the confusion and I am cut off. And I'm here to get as much gluttony and much riches as I can in gator shoes. Press 1. As I can. I want to be white in America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the most white man in America and to this republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You can't claim to be the white man and then claim to be a sovereign white man in the land of where white man rule, and then you just want to hang out with them. Ain't nothing wrong with hanging out with white folk. I hang out with all type of people. But you can't get in front of people and say black power and these white devils when you're white. You're a white, foreign piece of shit. That's what you are, personally. But you're a white foreigner who've come here and tried to convince us that we should go to Africa. Another one, Morris World TV. You see the difference? It's the same eyes, the same wigglies. Press one, brother polite in prison. Everybody hangs together, as you can see in Hollywood. Look at Stinky Inky. Press one. They look like dirt bags. Look at them. Remember they was laughing at Kev? Yeah, these YouTubers, man, out here, man, I'ma sue them. You ain't gonna do nothing behind them bars. It's over. But this is what they look like today, is what I'm saying. 424, you can call back in, B. 424-209-9506. These are the same individuals telling you to hate the white people. Oh, I'm not white. This is how it looks every day. Yeah. Same moon, same stars. What do they believe? Science is their God. Planet Neptune and Mercury. Astrology. Aliens. Talking just to talk. You know how you can, this knowledge go back to this. All this stuff they say, this is what they talk about.
If you draw a line on a piece of paper,
Look,
that's the first dimension.
It don't take too long to know the difference
That
between
one
true.
spoonful couldn't be lifted by over 1 million men. They even knew that. We learned that in quantum mechanics and quantum physics in the 1970s, 1980s. We hypothesized it. And
I want you to know, all of it is Cosmo jargon. You got yourself involved in I was about to say cosmetology, astrology, and the science of the heavens, and you don't know nothing about the laws of the land. And then come to find out, all of these niggas are foreign blacks. Am I right? So our people was caught up in the entertainment of an industry of foreigners who use you to get you up out of here and make money off of it, off entertainment. Hashtag Jim Jones, then the rapper Jim Jones. You don't know who Jim Jones was. He murdered so many black folk, because that's what it's about. Making money off of the imagination. There's nothing there. Ain't no legal process and nothing niggas is believing in these days. And nowadays, we don't know what we believe in. Because you don't know your history. Then the Hebrews that said they Hebrew Israelites are what? Them from the same fraternities as the Egyptians. Dr. York, Bambata, Egyptian philosophy. You feel me? These niggas want to be, they got Captain Cesariak on Instagram, want to be a hip-hop reporter, hanging out with Adam 22, who's pimping his wife out to the black market to distract from his conversations with minors in the past. So you in the wrong space. I just can't believe it no more. It's like, damn, who got morals? So you gotta, it's up to the individual to be able to see how we laying this down, how you supposed to be thinking. So this Egyptian shit, this is what Moses was against? Yes. All that little young Pharaoh shit, all this little African-American community and hip-hop and all that was built up on lies, G. Facts. And we got to be able to see that. She just gave you 54 reasons why you should not be calling yourself black. I said in the laws. She said in the articles. She finds it in the articles. And I bet you this is the Articles of Confederation. Press 1. See, you dealing with the Articles of Confederation. You were dealing with a whole racist agenda. Go ahead, B. Talk that shit.
Yes, sir. I was looking up, like you told the class to do, when it comes to the mechanical mother.
Yes.
Man, when I looked that up, bro, it led to so much and it gave me a greater understanding on how these people operate.
Wait.
Back.
Let's be scientific now. We're dealing in the African American science community. You got to be scientific with your words. The development of what we coined here as monkey mind.
Yes, sir.
So
The
you
the
so
the,
so
the
you,
monkey mind, and they love to talk about the rhesus monkey. So in this research, it gives it talks about the rhesus monkey, and they were studying the rhesus monkey and the mind. And then what I did, I went ahead and looked up uh, like what are they talking about when they're saying the rhesus monkey?
yes.
They saying that it goes back to the old world monkey. Okay, with them saying the old world monkey, I'm like, okay, old world monkey, what is that? The old world monkey is I'm about to pull it up right now. It's going to describe exactly what they mean by the old world monkey and everything that goes with that. Okay, the old world monkey, it says the rhesus macaque or macaca mulatto,
Bro.
rhesus monkey. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, this old world monkey, they said it's a family of primates. Okay, and it's including baboons. Common names for the old world monkey is telepoin, uh, cobbers, um, and Mander Bay. That's
Ma-
Manga Bay.
huh?
Manga Bay. Yes, sir. Mangabey. And I said,
Hold up,
whoa,
wait,
Manga
wait.
Bay.
Manga Bay.
Yes, sir.
A
It's a
bay
group
monkey?
bay monkey,
Wait a
bro.
minute,
Yes, sir.
wait. You mean like like bro, hold up. Let me
Like
hold up.
Morris Bay.
Not like this.
Was it?
Not like this.
B, I laughed so hard before the show, people didn't know how stupid this gonna get. And what's the name of this monkey?
Manga Bay.
May G.
Mangabey.
Oh my god.
And I said, wow, bro. We know already they took an oath, like you had Sinetta up there. They took an oath to be that monkey. And now I'm like, dang, bro. It's crazy. Like when you first say
Hold
it,
up,
you like,
man.
nah.
Hold up. Now I told the people. Hold up, bro. I told the people that this is gonna be the funniest things ever, the revelation moment in our lives, bro. You and I said that
Yes,
these
sir.
people have literally pledged to sit up here and be chimpanzees. That's why I keep throwing these monkeys up on this thing, because they try to talk about this scripture, but it's time to talk about these monkeys. And what you've agreed to be for the white man. I never known why the white man had a monkey with him with a Moor hat. And now I'm beginning to understand things at heights I never thought. I say, damn, these niggas
Yes,
have
sir.
literally pledged to be monkey. And Sonetta came over in my classroom, in my sanctuary, and say to my class, I am not with this monkey business. And in fact, he is a full blown monkey.
Dang. By definition, sir, you pledged to be a monkey. That's what it is. Now I just sent you a map of the
I don't even know how you can sit
distribution.
there, bro. I'm sorry.
I, I ain't gonna lie, Kill. I've been trying to make sure I don't be too silly. That way they don't. That way they take the information serious, bro. Because it is serious.
I know.
But I ain't gonna lie, it's funny too. I'm like, God, God.
I'm trying to hold this.
I'm
I
like,
got,
Lord help me.
I gotta put this because I just thought of something that's making me turn into a fucking live streaming troll, right? And I'm like, I don't found the monkey that I wanted to represent the conscious community, and it's the bay monkey, of course. And This is just hilarious from my perspective. I cannot believe they have literally pledged to be bay monkeys.
Yes, sir. Say bay monkeys. That's what I'm like. Oh, I say that's where they get that bay from. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Yes, sir. Now, Kill, I sent you.
Y'all, God, I just
I
want
sent
them to
you.
know. I know. Hold on. I want them to know that God laughs at they fucking mocks at they blasphemous, treacherous behavior by doing things like putting up what you pledged to be. Nigga, why you talking all this
Mhm.
about the God of the Bible? Do you know he knows that you pledged to be Mater from the movie Cars? Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. Straight up.
Okay, okay.
Now,
Okay, what you sent me
all right,
now?
here we
I'm
go,
ready to
Kill.
take it serious. Go ahead. My bad. Can I be in the
All right.
bungalows today? Can I get one day?
Nah,
Fucking go.
that's what's up, Kill,
Shit,
for
I'm in
real.
tears
We ain't
already,
gonna be
man. This shit
rigid.
is retarded that they could even play with us like this. Go ahead.
Now, the funny part about this, Kill,
Uh-huh.
all right, I sent this last picture. It says, it shows a picture of the continents.
All right, let me
It
pull it.
says that,
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I
uh,
can't see because my eyes watery. Go ahead, bro.
all right, it says the distribution and density of old world monkey species. And if you
Hold
look
up,
at that
bro.
picture, you gonna see where they come from. The old world monkey.
Okay. Let me put this on the class screen, bro. This sad, bro. Who you talking about? The one with the pink and white map and highlighting where they
Yes,
come from? Oh my
sir.
god! Oh my goodness!
And if I got my geography correct, that would be Africa, what they call Africa, and what they call Asia, which makes sense. They saying they African, and they saying
And they're
they
monkeys,
are the Asiatic black
black
man.
man.
So, AKA Old World Monkey. Okay. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna read this small excerpt.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. It says it's talking about all right.
Oh
It's
my
talking about the
goodness!
smallest old world monkey is the teleporn, with a head and body that's 34 between 34 and 37 centimeters. Um, okay,
Oh,
but this is
that's
my
them
point at
little
the
ones
bottom. It
white
says
people be having. Them little
yes,
cute little
sir.
ones with the big eyes.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. The
with the
little.
diaper.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it says the largest, all right, the largest of the male mandrills are around 70 centimeters in length and weigh up to 110 pounds. It says the old world monkey have a
Oh,
variety of facial features. Peep this, Kel. It says some have snouts, some are flat nosed, and yes, sir.
Not like this.
And many exhibit
Not like
coloration.
this.
hold on. I feel like a racist Klansman at this moment. I don't
Hey,
want
I,
to.
hey, I was
I
thinking
feel.
that, but they signed up for us, so come get it, bro. You talking about God in the Bible, that's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get shamed, bro. Straight up.
I said I feel like a
Straight up.
Klansman. Now I get it.
Straight up. They run with them though.
Yeah, let me in. I'm ready. I'm ready to join up. Let's talk about them niggas. Yeah, them goddamn monkeys. Go ahead.
It says most have tails, but they are not prehensile. Okay. The old world monkeys are native to Africa and Asia today, inhabiting numerous environments, tropical rainforests, savanna, shrubland, mountain terrains. The it says they inhabit much of Europe in the past. Today, the only survivors in Europe are the Barbary macaques or
Oh,
Gibraltar.
man, that brings me to the Barbary slave.
Straight up. That's why I'm like, they not talking about monkeys like we thinking. Okay, it says, whether they were native of Gibraltar or brought by humans is unknown. Some old world monkeys are, yeah, but like that part, that was just okay. Look,
We
it says some
sound, nigga,
old
we
world
sound like
monkeys.
we Harvard students, nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. It's like we figured out Da Vinci
Man,
Code or
kill.
the.
It's the youth, man. We on the higher intelligence. They ain't understanding.
I think that's what
It's
I'm
the higher
laughing at. The fact
intelligence
that
over here.
I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm in a real college course on how we became monkeys and who tricked us into becoming this and
Straight
pledging
up.
to be this. Go ahead. Sheesh.
Okay, look, this part got me too, Kev. It says some old world monkeys are arboreal, such as the colobus monkey. Others are arboreal, mean they in trees. They roam around trees. Okay. Others are terrestrial, such as baboons,
Oh my
meaning
goodness.
they stay on the ground.
They
Uh, Most are at least uh, partially omnivores, but all prefer plant matter. Much
that's
forms of the bulk of their diet, the
they're
vegan type.
vegetarians and vegans.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
when I yes, sir. Like on that part, that's what I got on that, and I'm like, they aren't talking about the monkeys like we thinking about. They using like code word for
Us.
people. I feel like for the yeah, yes, sir, for people.
Of course.
Now, when I looked up the monkey mother. It went through this guy by the name
The
of
mechanical
the
mother.
mechanical mother.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Let me say that right. The mechanical mother. It goes back to a guy named Harry Harlow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Harry Harlow changed his name. His real name wasn't Harry Harlow. It was Harry Israel.
Oh my
But he
goodness.
changed his name because he didn't want to be known as Jewish. Okay, I'm gonna start reading on
Oh,
that
these
on
people
him
ain't
and
shit.
the mechanical mother.
Go ahead.
Okay, Harry Frederick Harlow was an American psychologist best known for his maternal separation, dependency needs, social isolation, equipment on rhesus monkeys, which manifested
Oh,
the
so
importance
this
of
specific monkey is being tested on.
yes, sir,
So
yes,
let's get
sir.
it right, because you remember we talking to our democratic brothers about some high science and shit, right? Some high knowledge. So let's,
Yes, sir.
as bright as we are, let's simplify it for those who are having a problem with understanding that they have agreed to be test subjects and monkey minded, like we've been saying this whole time. Pay attention to the type of monkeys that are being experimented on and that they're pledging to be. You understand what I'm saying? As if this was an agreed upon science project. Your Universe 25, your ghetto black experiment was put on in this manner, and others that look and talk like us helped facilitate this behavior. Go ahead, champ.
Yes, sir. And like you said the word, they're test subjects.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. It says okay. Uh, the best known for his maternal separation, dependency needs, social isolation experiments on rhesus monkeys, which manifested the importance of caregiving and companionship to social and cognitive development.
Now wait a
Now,
minute. Wait a minute. They trying to teach the monkey condescend. What's the word?
cognitive development.
Okay, but which will be dissidents. They're saying they're trying to develop the dissidents inside of the monkey so that it
Yes,
will
sir.
feel wanted and loved by a mechanical mother that's not real. A false sense
Yes, sir.
of a patriarch is a matriarch. a false matriarch, and how the monkey, they're trying to get the monkey to adapt to social behaviors. So the black women you see and the niggas that you calling niggas out there, that's addicted to the social experiment done way back. When I'm telling you, this is why we're acting like this. This is why we've been done
Not,
this way. You got what I'm saying? This is Universe 25,
yes, sir.
nigga, at its highest. Go
Yes,
ahead,
sir.
King. Go ahead, King.
Now, me also, when I read the word cognitive, I had to go get the definition.
Yes,
The
sir.
definition of cognition is the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, expression, and senses.
Wait a minute. So
So
I beat my cognition. What they call it?
it says the cognition is the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and senses. So
So what
I
is a
sent you a pic.
cognizant dissident? What is the official word for it?
The official word is cognition.
Cognition.
Now, cognition. Now, I sent you a picture. It's got a guy's head, and it's all kind of stuff in his head.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
let me bring this.
their model.
Let me bring. Let me bring this up for the classroom, because you did that. Go ahead. You're looking at the model of the cognitive model. Okay. How
Yes,
to
sir.
create this
The
in your
cognitive
brain.
model.
Got you. Hey, you notice this look like the same monkey brain aspect I brought with the monkey, and this is going to be great.
He turned sideways and they peering off into your dome.
You think I'm? You think I ain't finna put
You
this on the
ahead?
goddamn screen? Go ahead. Sheesh.
All right. What I see is, if you look in front of them, you got it says Mendel's senses. It's the senses. Okay. It's got the 5 senses. This is why they teaching us this. You got touch. You got his hands. You got the mouth, which is taste. The nose, which is they're using the word for odor. Smelling, vision, and then you got the ears, the audio. Okay, but if you go from that one all the way to the one at the top of his head, if you start like I started like where it says men's intelligence. Then it goes above. That's inside the dome. If you go outside the dome, it says angels. Then I started looking at the shape of all of that. I said, "Oh, bro, that's the Kabbalah."
What you mean?
They keep.
Oh, yes.
Bro, they keep.
Yes.
The 11 points. It start.
Go ahead.
Outside the head. It says angelos, which is angels. Then if you go all the way to the top, it says devs, devils. They teaching people how to be devils, bro.
Oh my
Devils.
goodness.
The Kabbalah magic, that's what it is, Kev. I see it all over
You see
again.
it now. Good job.
Yes, sir.
Good fucking
I was like,
job,
wow, bro. These boys is teaching people
And
how
they
to be
think
devils.
they're intellectuals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They are. That's what the cognitive is all about. And then I did a close up. I believe I sent you that where I highlighted the devils and then 11 points that they're trying to put out, which proves again that's the Kabbalah magic all over again, bro. But they doing it in a different form. This is just they cognitive format dealing with the mind and how for us to learn how to teach us this. I said, wow, bro. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back to Harlow. Okay. Okay. The social isolation experiments on rhesus monkeys, which manifested the importance of caregiving, companionship to social and cognitive development. He conducted most of his research at University of Wisconsin, Madison, where humanistic uh, psychologist Abraham Maslow worked with him for a short period of time. Okay. All right. I'm going down. It says Harlow's experiment was ethically controversial. They included creating inanimate wire and wooden surrogate mothers for the rhesus infants. Each infant became attached to its particular mother, recognizing its unique face.
Right.
Harlow then investigated whether the infants had a preference for a bare wire mother or cloth covered mothers in different situations. The wire mother holding a bottle of food and a cloth mother holding nothing, or with the wire mother holding nothing while the cloth mother held a bottle of food. The monkey's overwhelming choice with let me read that again. The monkeys overwhelmingly chose the cloth mother with or without food, only visiting the wire mother that had food when needing sustenance. Later in his career, he cultivated infant monkeys in isolation chambers for up to 24 months, when which they emerged intensely disturbed. Some research cite experiments as a factor in the rise of animal liberation movement in the United States. A review of general psychology survey.
I didn't mean to
Yeah.
laugh. Hold on.
Nah, bro. I did the same thing. Like, man, what? This what I get out of that part.
Hold up, you tried to keep reading past that like I wasn't gonna catch it, nigga. I caught that. I'm gonna get dead.
They had the animal liberation movement,
Go
huh?
ahead.
Yes, sir. Oh man. Okay. They got the monkey studies now. Okay, it said Harlow came to the University of Wisconsin, Madison in 1930. After obtaining his doctorate under the guidance of several distinguished researchers, including Calvin Stone, Louis Terman at Stanford University, he began his career with non-human primate research. Hold on, kid. Now see that sentence? Got me. I know you gonna catch that one too.
I'm fucking dead. We need to sue
Now, if a
everybody.
primate is an animal,
Hold up,
how you gonna have a non-human primate? I said, oh yeah, they playing games for real.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, all right. It says he worked with the primates at Henry Villa Zoo, where he developed the Wisconsin general testing apparatus to study learning, cognition, and memory. It was through these studies that Harlow discovered that the monkeys he worked with were developing strategies for his test, what would later become known as learning sets. Harlow described as learning to learn.
I'm sitting up here like I cannot believe they had me thinking these was monkeys the whole out there. I'm monkeys, little monkeys. Oh, they must have. How they teaching monkeys memories and all of these? They bugging out.
And how is monkeys developing strategies like they trying to say? So I'm like, nah, it ain't what they saying. Y'all gotta read between. All I hear is 50. Are you illiterate, nigga? You can't read between the lines?
Lord,
like, I can read between the lines.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. In order to study the development of these learning sets, Harlow needed access to developing primates. So he established a breeding colony of rhesus monkeys in 1932.
Oh my
Due to the
goodness.
nature of his
That
studies,
sound like Universe
and
25.
yeah, it does, exactly.
I mean, that's right before
Okay,
Teddy Roosevelt announced the New Deal, and that before the banks crashed and shit. Go ahead.
yes, sir. Okay, due to the nature of his studies, Harlow needed regular access to infant primates and thus chose to rear them in a nursery setting rather than with their protective mothers. Hey,
Oh
hold on,
my
Kill. Remember
goodness.
what you just read?
What?
That we just read in that 54, how they was taking the children away from the mothers
Yes.
and and they had to go to the hospital.
So what was they doing?
They was getting
They was creating what?
they test subjects.
Okay, and they was
They was
creating what?
creating
What's the term? What's the
they
legal
was
term?
uh goodness, hold on.
Cognitive what?
Cognition.
Okay.
They was
Now,
getting yes sir.
okay, so what we are identifying now, okay, how they were able to get it in the food was by way of Universe 25. Rats. How to get poison into the rats without them knowing and how they will be affected. You see that?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
So they were working on how to get poison. Now with the monkey, what are they trying to do? Create what?
They're trying to they getting into the mind
Now,
and understanding how the mechanics of the mind and how to manipulate
now both
and
now both
separation from the mother
both tests are being done in history to what group of people?
to the Victorians, to
And
the
our
people
people.
of George.
And this is
Yes sir. Our
this is
people.
our curriculum. This is our duty to bring this to the forefront. You see,
Yes sir. Yes sir.
this is our
Very
duty.
important.
What?
Yes
To
sir.
identify the science project that went into the poisons being dumped in our foods and that being done and creating different schizo types of dependencies on medication and going into their all of these things, and then double back with how to break them and to get into the mental mind and create this cognitive wire mother monkey mother mechanical mother science project. Both were to destroy you here in Universe 25. This is the real creating the birth of a nation. This is how you create a Democrat, nigga. Go ahead, King.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Definitely so. Okay. It says all right. Due to the nature of his study, Harlow needed regular access to infant primates and thus chose to rear them in a nursery setting rather than with their protective mothers. This alternative rearing technique, also called maternal deprivation, is highly controversial to this day and is used in variants as a model of early life adversity in primates. Research with research with and caring for infant rhesus monkeys further inspired Harlow and ultimately led to some of his best known experiments, the use of surrogate mothers. Although Harlow, his students, contemporaries, and associates soon learned how to care for the physical needs of their infant monkeys, the nursery reared
I'm
infants
sorry.
remained very different from their mother reared peers. Psychologically speaking, these infants were slightly strange. They were reclusive, had deficient social uh, deficits, and clung to their cloth diapers. Oh man. Says at the same time, in the reverse configuration, babies that had grown up with only a mother and no playmates showed signs of fear or aggressiveness. Noticing their attachment to the soft cloth of their diapers and the psychological change, that correlated with the absence of a maternal figure, Harlow sought to investigate the mother-infant bond. This relationship was under constant scrutiny in the early 20th century as B.F. Skinner and behaviorists took on John Bowlby in a discussion of the mother's importance in the development of the child, the nature of their relationship, and the impact of physical contact between mother and child. Okay, now, Kel, what I'm listening and the verbiage in this, they're going for monkeys, but now they're talking about the development of mother and child. So, it's making it more human. They can't get around it. They trying to talk around it, but it's gonna go back
Let's
to
go right back to the development of these primitive subjects we really talking about, which
yes,
is
sir.
these. Yes, crazy. Go ahead.
Okay. The studies were motivated by John Bowlby's World Health Organization response study and report, maternal
This is the
care
same
and
people who
mental
just
health.
pulled off the greatest.
The Yes, sir. World
That
Health
was that we said
Organization
was directed at who? Us.
at us.
So I will be a
And
monkey
now,
waking up to the fact that we are in this situation. Go ahead.
okay. The name of the report was Maternal Care and Mental Health in 1950, in which Bowlby reviewed previous studies on the effects of institutionalization of child development and the stress experienced by children when separated from their mother, such as Renee Spitz and his own survey on children raised in a variety of settings. In 1953, his colleague James Robertson produced a short and controversial documentary film titled A 2-Year-Old Goes to Hospital, demonstrating the almost immediate effect of maternal separation. Bowlby's report, coupled with Robertson's film, demonstrated the importance of the primary caregiver in human and non-human primate development. There you go again with that human and non-human primate. Bowlby de-emphasizes the mother's role in the feeding as a basis for the development of a strong mother-child relationship, but his conclusions generate much debate. It was the debate concerning the reason behind the demonstrated need for maternal care that Harlow addressed in his study with surrogates. Physical contact with infants was considered harmful to their development, and this view led to sterile, contactless nurseries across the country.
And crazy.
Bowlby,
Huh? You see that?
yeah,
Go ahead.
I see it. Bowlby disagreed, claiming that the mother provides much more than food to the infant, including a unique bond to positively influence the child's development and mental health. To investigate the debate, Harlow created inanimate surrogate mothers for the rhesus infants from wire and wood. Each infant became attached to its particular mother, recognizing its unique face and preferring it above all others. Harlow next chose to investigate if the infant had a preference for bare wire mothers or cloth covered mothers. For this experiment, he presented the infant with a clothed mother and a wire mother under two conditions. In one situation, the mother held a bottle with food and the cloth mother held no food. The other situation, the cloth mother held the bottle and the wire mother held nothing. Overwhelmingly, the infant macacus preferred spending their time clinging to the cloth mother. However, when only the wire mother could provide nourishment, the monkeys visited her only to feed. Harlow concluded that there was much more to the infant mother relationship than milk, and that this contact comfort was essential to the psychological development and health of infant monkeys and children. It was this research that gave strong empirical support to Bowlby's assertion that on the importance of love and mother-child interaction. Successive experiment concluded that infants use the surrogate as a base for exploration and a source of comfort and protection in novel and even frightening situations. In an experiment called open field test, an infant was placed in a novel experiment with novel objects. When the infant surrogate mother was present, it clung to her, but then began venturing off to explore. If frightened, the infant ran back to the surrogate mother and clung to her for a time before venturing out again. Without the surrogate mother's presence, the monkey was paralyzed with fear, huddling in a ball and sucking their thumbs.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Okay, it says in the fear test, infants presented a fearful stimulus, often a noise-making teddy bear. Without the mother, the infant cowered and avoided the subject. When the surrogate mother was present, however, the infant did not show great fearful response and often contacted the device, exploring and attacking it. Another study looked at the differentiated effects of being raised with only a wire mother or cloth mother. Both groups gained weight and at equal rates, but the monkey raised with the wire mother had often stool and had softer stool and trouble digesting milk, frequently suffering from diarrhea. Harlow's interpretation of this behavior, which is still widely accepted, was that the lack of contact comfort is psychologically stressful to the monkeys, and the digestive system of the psychological manifestation of that stress.
Okay, so
The
look.
importance.
So look. How does this relate? Relate it back
Okay.
to what we're talking about, because we can go on for about this shit forever.
Yeah.
You see how?
Yes, sir. Now,
go ahead.
Now I'm looking at how they did these studies, and they looking at the relationship between mother and child, and how to manipulate and to get what they looking for. Meaning they keep the child under stress, and then I look at the way they do mothers and want them to be single mothers and develop their brains so they can get the outcome of the children to where they'll be aggressive, antisocial.
Yes.
They'll be
Afraid,
criminal-minded, afraid, cowards.
All in one monkey.
All of that.
All in one monkey.
Yes, sir.
So
in one monkey.
you'll get the Universe 25 Rat Pack effect, but the psychological aspect of all them little rats will be that of this monkey, which is what?
Mm-hmm.
A coward.
Go ahead. Fearful person.
You really
gotta run to mama.
Go, mama. You a real mama's
I need
boy.
comfort.
I need to be held.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, and I'm talking about all of that rolled into one, and then that would make him incompetent.
Can this monkey be let out in the world and live a life outside of his mother and the tethering effect of mama? Could he go out?
Nah, he not a leader. He can't lead. He don't know law. He need mama. He need help. He needs supervision. He can't. He's undeveloped. his mind developed. All he knows is aggression and foolishness, and he's scared. So I need aid. That's basically what they're making you where you need aid.
Mr. 84 Lobo said it's the baby boy syndrome.
Yes, sir.
You just a baby boy. You not the real McCoy, turning you into an incompetent person.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And yes, sir. And then what's gonna happen to the next generation? They only know what they taught. You got this program now. That program gonna continue running. That way, you never can take the lead and never be the head of household.
Exactly. And then you got black folk, monkeys on one end, who's agreed to be this test subject forever and ever and be slaves to Universe 25. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So in this movie,
Yep.
you got monkeys who pledged to be monkeys forever and ever, even though the monkeys know that they're human beings.
And then you're a part of it. You know what's really going on, and you are misleading the people of the land to believe in the same things. And then on the spiritual level, you pushing them to serve false gods.
No, yeah,
Exactly what
serve
against the law.
false gods by way of science,
Yes, sir. By way of science.
and then labeling yourself God.
Like old boy that called the other day, he's an example. I ain't gonna lie. That boy, I'm God. Then he couldn't even answer a simple question. Bro, go chill out, man. Yes, sir.
So you
But
can
yeah, that
you can be an alpha male and be um under this mind control.
yeah, because when I start thinking about alpha, that goes back to the Hellenistic and all these different groups that take pledges that are actually under this.
So
So
they're
that
primitive.
alpha,
That alpha is just a primitive monkey agreement.
yep, you just the head monkey, if they want to put it like that. That's, that's all I see, bro. You the head monkey. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, King.
Now, now, when we talking about the cognitive science,
Yes.
they got one more thing that it made me think about. I'm sending this to you right now. They got when we talked about the different, what is that, the Greek letters and all that stuff that they use. I just
Yes,
sent it to
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you get, and then they stars and all this stuff. You got philosophy, linguistics, anthropology, neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and psychology. They all use it with this cognitive science.
Wait a minute.
I'll
Wait a
read
minute.
the excerpt.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So,
I, uh-huh.
let's put it in perspective. So you saying these
Okay.
fraternal groups and letterings is different groups that make up this cognitive disorder?
They part of it, yes, sir.
This
They are what we
Oh my
call an
god.
arm of it,
So it's the
starting with the
actual
psychology.
so it's the development of
Monkey mind to
of
me.
mushroom mind. Well said.
Yes, sir.
And all of these components is needed to create this cognitive disorder.
And
Sounds
another thing,
like
when they use
monkey mind. Go ahead.
they use that word intelligence. This is what they mean. This is what they mean. When they say intelligence, this is what they mean. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and read the excerpt for you. It says figure illustrating the fields that contribute to the birth of cognitive science, including linguistics, neuroscience, artificial intelligence, anthropology, and psychology. The goal of cognitive science is to understand and formulate the principles of intelligence with the hopes that this will lead to a better comprehension of the mind and learning. The cognitive science began as an intelligence movement, an intellectual movement in the 1950s, often referred to as cognitive revolution. So that in itself is explaining a whole lot when it comes to how they thinking and how they moving. Yes, sir. I don't know if you got that picture and you can see it.
Oh, I thought I brought it up, but I guess I didn't. Okay. Oh, I got it up. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, the first one that we looking at up top is the philosophies, and I don't even know what Roman symbol that is, but I know it is. It's one with the I and the O. And just going clockwise, I'm looking at the linguistics. I start thinking about how all of these languages are tied together.
Yeah, like
and then most
you
of
got
them
it
are.
from the text, and it all goes back to the
Hmm.
Hebrew. They got to be educated that it all goes back to this form of Hebrew. That go back to this one and that one, which is really a form of Yiddish. And then go ahead, anthropology.
Yes, sir. Then you got anthropology when they're dealing with the bones. They can look at the face with they
Wait, you breaking up? Say it again. The bones and what else?
the bones and how they look at skulls and able to determine they say they can determine racial features. They're not gonna tell us, but now we finding out that those bones are our people. And
So
that has to
wait.
do with the
So we,
anthropology.
so we found the secret on how they develop monkey mind by
Yes, sir.
this concept, and we can literally go back into the schools and fraternities that have agreed upon this and pledged this, and see that the outcome of our communities and see monkey mind literally. Go ahead. This is fascinating.
And then you saying monkey mind, neuroscience. That's it right
What
there.
you mean?
The science of the mind.
Oh,
The next one is neuroscience.
oh,
That's you
that
explained it already.
Oh, I just broke that down. So that goes back. Yes, monkey mind goes into
Yes,
the
sir.
neuroscience, and we just seen the study of that. So we can go into the study of how they psychology did it, how they did it through your philosophy, how they did it through your linguistics, anthropology, neuroscience, and by way of artificial intelligence, birthing artificial insemination to give them a new status in your nation and creating a monkey out of you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
And then, like you just mentioned, AI, artificial intelligence. So now they moving it to computers, and then how we learned about they learning machines before, and all right, they get your mind in a monkey
Yeah,
mind, and then
predictive
they learn
program.
how to teach you. Yes, sir. That's it. That's how
Thank you, sir. You
predictive
got it. Yeah,
programming.
that's all right. I'm here to help. Predictive programming. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. And then the psychology of everything. Psychology, the last one. So now you're a psycho, and they doing the study of psychos.
So, but what is
Basically.
that? But no, but the psychology is the study of what? Look it up. See, all this.
Psych.
Yeah, look up what psychology is.
The
Go ahead.
Okay, let's pull it up. It's the study of the
Yeah.
mind. I know for
Now
sure,
they
but I'm
finna,
gonna pull it
yeah,
up.
they finna take you right out with this. This is like hypnotism. This is get out time for you, buddy. I'm showing you the real. Go ahead, King.
Okay, psychology. Psychology is the study of the mind and behavior in humans and non-humans. Uh, Psychology includes the study of conscious and unconscious phenomena, including feelings and thoughts. It is an academic discipline of eminent scope, crossing boundaries between the natural and social science. So they are peering into your brain basically to understand your mind to subvert it. That's the
Facts.
art of subversion.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts. Say it again.
You got people getting
Say it again,
the
sir.
art of subversion.
So what we
You got
teaching?
people that
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
it just made me think. You got people getting degrees in the art of subversion. Wow. And make me think back
So
to
all the
those.
psychologists that's calling you a narcissist, and y'all like, damn, we fucking up out here, and all these online, not even paid psychologists, all of them is getting you to do what? Subvert yourself. Subversion.
Subvert
You're
yourself.
dealing in a world
Yes,
where
sir.
you're supposed to be coupled up with someone. If you think many, then 2, 3, if that's what y'all believe. But you're supposed to be here for something, doing something. And
they
go ahead.
and they are getting our people away from wanting to be married because they present all these problems to people who don't even have problems. They don't really got problems.
No.
And you taking on all of this stuff mentally, and now you might be passing up who you supposed to be developing a family with, and then that family goes back to law on how you able to be in good standing. So they keeping us out of good standing. It's trickery. Wow. It's witchery.
And it's witchery,
Wow.
trickery, and it goes all the way back to the psychology and how we are today and how our people are perceived today. This is the breaking down, without a shadow of a doubt, the breaking down of the black family, and this is how it's done. You can't participate in it in one out. Like Ali,
Wow.
Ali out there. Ali know this. Ali said, "Kev, I went and got a degree. A certificate from what? The church. You can't
Right.
honor that because that comes from this. So our people got to know while they go here that it's these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of attack on you. What
was that attack you told me yesterday?
How to create a demon out of you, like he said. Go ahead, a devil. Go ahead, King. What'd you say?
I didn't mean to cut you off. When you said that point of attack, what was they calling that attack when they doing it physically? How they was hitting us from every point?
Like a cabbage?
What was you told me? Yes, cabbage. The cabbage attack.
By the Cabbage Patch Kids? How they came
Yes,
and
sir.
overwhelmed and the islands and the mainland by coming from like it's a swarming attack, Queen Bee type shit.
Swarming attack.
Yes.
This is like the cabbage patch, the swarming attack of the mind.
Yes.
This is crazy, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because it's the head lettuce. Remember? The head of lettuce, the head of the household, the head of Negroes, Swiss banks, cabbage back attack, Cabbage Patch Kids.
My papa used to say something to me. Like when I do stuff without thinking, he told me, "Don't be a cabbage out here, son." I'm like, "Don't be a cabbage out here." He said, "Yeah, all head and no ass," meaning like you all thinking, but you ain't got no action to it.
You're right.
So it hit me even harder. I was like, man, wow, the old school was on a whole nother level. We not even thinking like them. Like I'm like, wow, bro. So yeah, this
Damn.
is
So
over.
the scientific study of the alchemic breakdown of the black man, and he's been done in this condition. Now, going back to Universe 25, and what experiment was that on the rats on how to put rat poison in their foods and the LSD and drugs? What was that
See
experiment?
how long they gonna
Yeah,
last.
see how long they will last, and what happened. What Tupac say? Give them dope and drugs. Step back, watch them kill each other. And we saw. I need to know the name of that. Universe 20. Oh, it's Universe 25. Epcot.
25.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Epcot.
Epcot. Yes, sir.
Shit, there it is. We
And
named it. He said, my bad.
hey, to be honest, it's like putting them on autopilot. putting people on autopilot to do your business for you. Now you got, we can just say that y'all messed up,
Yes.
and y'all, not giving a reason why this is happening. It's just that y'all, by nature, y'all messed up,
So they
So
beat you chemically in the foods and stuff, and then they did monkey mind experiment on and created a race of what? Monkey minded, curious George people living in Universe 25. You understand that?
and
So you're
yes,
part
sir,
rat,
I understand.
you're a beast, you're part rat, and you're part monkey. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you think,
God,
and
dog,
when
bro.
you're a part rat, you're a disease, and you're part monkey. What is the religion of a monkey? What do you think about all day at the zoo? What do you think that monkey sitting up there thinking about?
Nothing. Or like, wow, bro. Dang,
Hey, so when you pass
dang.
the monkey and the gorilla over there, and you look him in his face, and before he punch the glass and do something funny, just say to yourself, "Why he idle minded all day?"
Idle, bro. Dang. Dang. God, dog it. He on here vagrant because he idle minded.
He
Now we
what?
can put him in jail and tap that.
Say that
He
again.
vagrant.
I'm glad we on
The
that level.
monkey is
He's
vagrant.
vagrant,
He
nigga.
is
Look
vagrant.
at your condition.
Now you against the law.
Now
You
you
lawless. Now we can put you in jail and tap that
talk
trust.
to me, King,
Wow. Wow,
and
bro.
hold you here.
This
See,
wow,
now
bro.
you want to talk about some subliminal messages, some Freemason shit. We on some high knowledge shit now. I ain't even have to say all that without you understanding. You see,
Yes, sir.
that's
Yes, sir.
understanding right there. I could have talked. Those are parable. I could have talked about money, bread, had these people brains somewhere else, and me and you way over here. Now we on a different level, champ. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
You able to see your
Definitely.
own condition, the condition of your people, and identify it scientifically, be able to explain it. Yeah, you came out of your cognitive what? Dissidence and all of this other experiment and mind control they put over you. That's what we got to do for individuals. Show them through philosophy, show them through linguistics, show them through anthropology, how they did it through psychology and how artificial intelligence
All
reinforces it by way of algorithmic nothingness to our people. Then you got a diagnosis. You'll be able to look at yourself and say, damn, I ain't nothing but a rat ass monkey living in Universe 25 with all of my rat friends. Go ahead.
and that explains the beastly nature
There it is.
of people, and not why they out here saying I'm a savage.
What type of monkey is
And
you? How many monkey bays was it? How many different ones was
it's a lot of them, bro. But that it's a lot of them. But that one that stood out for the name, the old world monkeys. That's what they described them as, the old
it? The
world
old
monkeys.
world monkeys.
And we gotta. I see why it's important to have a new mind, be
Yes.
renewed, because
Yes.
they got you under
Don't
something
that
that
feel good?
you ain't be able to get in.
Don't
Yes,
that
sir.
so
It does.
the renewing
It
of
does.
one's heart and mind, that's freeing, bro.
It is. Yes, sir. And then I can understand the way why people act in the way they act, and be able to, all right, I'm not gonna react to this because I understand you under some monkey mind syndrome. You under the you under the cognitive mindset.
Go ahead.
So we just gonna keep it pushing. Like you gave that example of a monkey getting mad and punching the glass. They under the universal 25
Bingo.
mindset. So hey, we gonna ignore that and keep it pushing, and be an example of what to be and what not to be. Yes, sir. Wow. Just looking into stuff the way you do and the way you break it down, Kill, bro. Man, we was talking about earlier about sounding like a university. This is a
This is
university,
a
the
university.
best
That's
university
why I
on
tell
earth.
everybody. That's why I tell everybody. Y'all don't know, but we are changing the world's frequency with this information. So I want to do a shout out to Kesia, Brian King, and RT Bell for contributing to class this morning with this great history and knowledge. And if you haven't contributed at least $1 to today, you should go over to the Cash App, hit that Cash App cash tag. It's Gil's Gang. This is you ain't never heard this before. Even if you're in a
No, sir.
fraternal order, ain't nobody ever heard this before. This is like whoa.
They not gonna.
Go ahead.
They not gonna tell them. They don't want you to know the truth, because the truth is gonna set you
You
free.
free.
They can't have you free. Pharaoh don't want to let God's people go.
Facts.
So hey, you gotta renounce that and come up out of that.
Facts.
You got to. Now, one thing that all of this made me think of when you talked about the 100 monkey syndrome,
Yes,
and
sir.
man, bro, like
Now what
that
is that?
100 monkey
What did that
syndrome.
mean to you? Go ahead.
Okay, what I found out in my research on it, they supposedly had a bunch of monkeys on an island, and they were trying to get the monkeys to come out where they can get to them and get them. And the monkeys had so-called sweet potatoes on the island. I don't know what island got sweet potatoes, but the monkeys, one monkey started washing his sweet potatoes, and all of the monkeys, even on separate islands, started doing the same thing without quote unquote communicating with one another. And they call that the 100 monkey syndrome, meaning one learned to adapt to the new situation, then all the others it spread to all the others.
Like
But
wildfire. Go
they
ahead.
also, like, yes sir, like wildfire. And it was a guy. I'm trying to find this dude. I'm gonna find him real quick. But he calls it. He gave it a scientific name, and the scientific name for it was where is it? Right here. There's a guy named Alfred Rupert Sheldrake, and he did studies on it, and Sheldrake came up with a name for it, which was where is it? He said it was telepathic, basically. He was calling it telepathic, the way that all just say humans, or just say, I'm gonna just use the monkeys like they were talking about. Being that they were monkey, they operated on the same frequency. When one changed a dynamic, it sent a message to all of them.
Facts.
So these guys all studied all studied. He called it morphic resonance. That's what he called it. He called it morphic resonance. And of course, they didn't want this to be out. They would call it a pseudoscience, but they all look to him and look at his studies. His name Rupert Sheldrake, and I just found that to be crazy too. Like, meaning in the sense of, if we look at it as a human stance, and everything we just learned today, if we come out of this mindset and accept Christ, and we got one who teaching us, it's gonna spread like wildfire. There's nothing they can do, and they know it. That's why the FBI.
It's already spread like wildfire.
Yes, sir. Let me not say
According
if.
to
Let me
your
be clear.
science,
You're right.
just for the basic, how many people we got in here? Everybody know what I'm saying is true. Everybody can, all
Yes, sir.
190, 200 people that's in here, it's looking like this is true. So you instinctively is going to know. You're instinctively going to know. Doesn't matter if you want to or not. Remember George? Remember Francois? He had no reason. See, this is the basic thing. I know you're going to adjust. I'm going to change you because you don't have enough mental fortitude to change me. Pac said, I'm going to change the world or the world going to change me. The world, we were born into this. We're at a point now,
Yes, sir.
our intellect is changing the world. Just us knowing this,
Yep.
another somebody over there is boop boop. Hey man, did you realize that? And that's how it works. It's a scientific what fact, right? What do they call it?
Yes, sir.
Morphin what?
Morphic resonance.
There it is. There's your reference point, ladies and gentlemen. Since you're a scientist, you can't disprove me. I don't even know. I know your shit. You can't disprove me. And you disproving me, you be disproving yourself. Nah,
Dang, bro. I'm on
my
some.
goodness.
I ain't gonna lie, my democratic mind kicked in when I said morphic resonance. I'm like, damn, it's morphing time like a mother.
It's morphin
Oh,
time.
snap.
It's yes. The dream, the awakening, Neo. This is real. But you have to have
Yes,
the
sir.
right perception. You just can't go around saying, I'm woke. Talk to him, Ali. Ali said, man, Ali, you can't. Ali said, man, I went to get the certificate. I thought we were just, not playing around, but not that serious. And Ali went there and said, damn, I ain't got no business being in this. Everything Kev said, he looking
real.
around. Yeah, this is true. I got to leave. Even though I'm graduating, I got to get...
I gotta move around.
Because once you see
Yes,
it,
sir.
ain't no going back. All you got to do is sit down in the classroom and look. I don't care if you're a badass bungalow head ass student, you're going to learn. And you're going to be forced to learn, even if you don't want to. If you are Moor, I changed your life. If you're a Frenchman, I got you looking at your people like, damn. If you're an Islander, I showed you where y'all came from. Facts. I showed y'all, we know that's half the story or 30%. There's still another, at the same time. So no matter what we discuss, no matter who's at fault, just truth is truth. And this monkey mind syndrome affects us all. We're all
Yes,
part
sir.
of the project. It's Puerto Ricans in the project, Asian, the white folk, black niggas, so we all in this monkey mind and understanding where we are in it. It takes work, but hey, I ain't graduate shit. This is fun for me. This is fun.
It is. Hey, another thing, Kel, I'm thinking about a person being in darkness, like literal darkness, for a long period of time.
Yes, sir.
And then you get released out to the sun.
Yes.
Man, that's gonna hurt. Them eyes gonna hurt.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I can't take it.
Yes.
But after you adjust to it, you're gonna get to see how beautiful things really are.
Oh yes,
That's how I'm
there's
looking at it.
sunflowers out here. The wind blows out.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you can come out of Iceland in time immemorial and frozen time and all that, and get back into come to the light. Because we talked about this scientifically, dealing with what? The photons, the demon particles, the false light, and all that. Right?
And yes, sir. And that in itself, on how many different levels you done already broke.
Come on, bro.
This stuff down. That like ain't no refuting it. I don't care if you try to run the science. Don't want to run the history. They gonna run away from your history. That man, you can't get away. There's no way to get away. The truth is the truth. The spirit of truth. Well, you broke it down.
Now we got the anchored Moors as tethered babies and tethers, and we can understand that. So now you can't say nothing. Your mouth is shut because we got you.
What's that word for confounded? Straight confounded.
Straight confounded.
For real.
Yes. Their teachers have nothing to say to me because you can't get past the mooring system, and you being a Moor and that being your nationality, and you pledging to be a monkey with this idea. There's no way out of this.
For real, they can use Morse code and be out here. We're gonna break that down too. You know what I mean? No. Boy, trying to communicate any way possible.
We on your
It ain't
ass,
gonna
boy. I dare you to try to sit out a
For real.
Morse code through your little stupid antennas out there. We got that shit too, nigga.
For
But
real.
you crazy as hell for that one. Motherfucker put out an SOS and shit. But it's great to
For
see
real.
our people really learning from this. Now, let's switch the subject to something more delightful and get off our Moorish brothers, and because it's hard for them to admit
Yes,
the
sir.
truth.
That's all right. Hey, let the sun shine in.
That's
For
right.
real.
That's right. We just
The
wanted to know,
sun shine in.
what that little song say. I got your attention. That's right. I got
Yes,
your
sir.
motherfucking attention. That's what it's about. This knowledge will make you wake up. Now, I know you've been truly amazed at these little dwarfs. I know you have.
Ooh, man, that in itself.
Let's get off the monkey mind for
Oh
a minute. Let me take
man.
it off the screen for a minute because I know there's too much pressure for them. Make sure y'all subscribe. Shout out to Anjanita. She just contributed in this page, and shout out to you. But those little people, the Smurfs, have you did any research? I know that. I know the Moors was like, all right, get off of us. All right. What about these little people, man?
Man, them Smurfs. Now, I didn't necessarily go to the Smurfs, but what I did, I looked up. Man, hold on. Let me pull up my history, because of course we covering so many subjects.
Yes, sir.
I gotta make sure I put a tag. I gotta put a tag on it.
You would have got a binder and shit. Got them.
Nah, it's on my phone, but
I
I was like, man, I looked up something. It came up as court dwarfs. I looked up. It was the Moors and dwarfs. I put them together.
You what?
And court dwarfs came up.
You put in what?
I put in Moors dwarfs.
More. Hold up.
Sorry, I had to go back.
Not like this.
Yes, sir. I had to go back.
Could you imagine a nigga telling you this shit at school? You know what I went and looked up, kid? What? Moorish dwarfs. This when you know you nigga, fuck it. Might as well look this.
Might as well. We're gonna cover all bases.
I feel like I'm playing a natural game of Scrabble. Just that works. Moorish dwarfs. Jeez, you can.
Bam. Yes, sir.
Go ahead,
Man.
What the fuck did you come up with Moorish dwarfs? Sheesh.
It came up
As
as
soon as I try to
court
get away,
dwarf.
as soon as I get away from him, he brings them
Hey,
both.
look, I was like, it's like Jeezy, bring it back. Man,
Everybody asking me,
Now-
why are the Moors, these Moorish guys, why are they so small? Like, why are they so small with like big hands? And you look at the Irish dwarfs, and you're like, wait a minute. And you go ahead, bro. This is hilarious. Moors.
all right.
Zekro?
I just sent you a picture of the Moorish dwarfs, and it says a 19th century depiction of servants in the Ottoman imperial harem.
That's
The,
them. That Ottoman dwarf empire. I'm fucking dead. That's
Yup.
I knew that nigga Marcus Garvey and them was small little Napoleon monkey brain head having ass niggas. They are what you call them? Ottoman empire. That's why they got the moon. Ah!
Not like this.
Court dwarfs.
Not like this.
And they in court.
Go ahead, King.
Okay, the excerpt says 19th century depiction of servants in the Ottoman imperial harem. The chief black eunuch on the left, court dwarf in the middle, and the chief white eunuch. So you got black eunuch, white eunuch, and a dwarf in the middle.
Dwarf in the middle.
And I was like, man, with them, we were talking about the Arab slave trade.
That's
They were
right.
making a lot of people eunuchs. They were castrating people, making them eunuchs for their harem with the slave trade with the women, so they wouldn't be trying to mess with the women.
So
So
who did that?
all of them go together. The Arab slave trade, they were doing that.
They was cutting
They
penises
catch
off
you,
of us. Go ahead.
yep, cutting them off, making eunuchs to take care of the women for the other part of the slave trade, which would make them pimps, with whoremongers. So
And make the
that's why,
prostitutes. So the Arab Moors are really the ones who was committing the genocide. They're blaming on white people. The term white people as a status. So who cut the penises off? Those Negroes, the field Negroes. I mean the
yep,
ones who was in control of the field Negroes, the Moors. This is so easy
the
now.
more.
Go ahead.
And that picture got all three of them together, black, white, and dwarf.
Hanging out with
They
each other.
together, chilling with their hats
They
on.
from Russia. Shout out to my Russian friends. Dig.
Yep, we got Russian ones too.
Hey,
Okay,
shout out to Vladimir Putin for about to expose who the real people of God really are. Hey, you blackie, move out the way. Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right, I'm gonna read the court dwarf. It says several dwarfs to had their history records were employed as court dwarfs.
Oh my
They
God.
were owned and traded among people of the court and delivered as gifts to fellow kings and queens.
So these little
Okay,
dwarfs, these little smurfs, was more. Are these incubator babies? Are they creating these
yeah,
little
right.
people?
Well, it's seeming that way.
Because they're
I
giving them out
I'm a,
like they Cabbage
they
Patch
giving them
Kids.
out passing, and I start thinking about man, I don't want to compare them to animals or how they do dogs and
Well,
like mixed breed.
no, but that's what they said about on a Statoria film I was watching. They was doing them like animals and stuff like that, just
Yeah,
giving them out as gifts, like Santa's little helpers.
yeah. Dang. All right, I got them in Europe. It says modern era in Europe, as the courts of Europe were constantly competing not only in politics but also in terms of reputation. The rulers and nobles tried to command as many dwarfs as possible. Uh, Natalia Alexeyevna of Russia, a sister to Tsar Peter the Great, was recorded to have 93 court dwarfs, while the Spanish royal court housed 70 dwarfs in the times from 1560 to 1700. People with dwarfism was recruited from all over Europe and were used as popular gifts to other rulers.
Now,
So
wait a
yeah, the
minute.
Spanish.
Didn't I say that the dwarfs was here in America and they helped?
Yes, sir. With that overthrow.
They was the ones underground talking about it's a small world after all. They underground building mines.
Yes, sir. Feeding. Yep. Yes, sir.
Little rascals. You don't know if they was dwarves.
And I thought about
What
them.
if those
I thought
what if those orphan babies were more likely dwarfs from Europe? A whole
you
army
save that face, you're not gonna know the difference.
a whole army of young looking grown ass military serving as men. What if the old world is filmed in a small millimeter camera to where the little people look normal size? All this has to come into perspective because they're in charge of the propaganda. They went around telling us, "Oh, they were giants, man. Look at these tall ass people." Well, what if there was normal people around dwarfs? You'd be caught up in
That make more sense.
yeah, you be in Gulliver Travels propaganda, and you won't even know.
Yes, sir. That make more sense than how they trying to present it. Now,
Napoleon
this
was how long? How big? Small. These people small.
I know he was small. Yeah, I know he was small. All right, I got they just they keep talking about Peter the Great too. And Peter, okay, it says while jesters were often only temporarily present at specific courts, dwarfs usually had a permanent function and were registered in the personnel role as court dwarfs, personal dwarf, or chamber dwarf. This enabled them to play an important role in ceremonial culture and gave them close access to the ruler. This close relationship led to multiple roles beyond foolish tasks as natural clown. Court dwarfs served as a substitute for children or even diplomats. So that's them already, they admitting it right there. They were substitute for children. Okay? At the end of their careers, these privileged dwarfs would usually receive a penance and other benefits. The favorite dwarf of Peter the Great received a state funeral, including miniature horses and a small priest. Okay, we got him in France. Richburg was only 23 inches tall. He began life as a servant in the Orleans family. In later years, he was their pensioner. He is said to have been put to strange use in the French Revolution, passing in and out of Paris as an infant in a nurse's arms, but with
Wait a
dispatch.
minute. Wait a minute.
That's it right there.
Wait a minute. Did I
Yes,
just
sir.
hear open
Yes, sir.
admittance to this? No.
Yes, sir.
Go
Now that's
ahead.
admitting it in Europe and France. I'm gonna read that part again.
So they were passing. Maybe they dressed these people up as, and I'm over here guessing, and that's what they were doing. Go ahead, King.
Okay, Richburg, 1756 to 1846, was only 23 inches tall. He began life as a servant in the Orleans family. This is France again. It says in later years he was their pensioner. He is said to have been put to strange use in the French Revolution, passing in and out of Paris as an infant in a nurse's arms, but with dispatches dangerous to carry in Richburg's baby wraps. So he was in baby wraps. He died in Paris in 1846 at the age of 90. So they were using him in that fashion too. Now we got Great Britain. British tradition has it.
Wait a minute. Bro, I'm about to pass out. I'm looking at all these old baby pictures. These old pictures of these immigrants and they was living in these homes. And these little badass kids look like grown ass men, bro. Just dwarfs. Meaning not midgets.
Sir.
Not midget.
Not
midget,
dwarf.
nigga. You can tell midget. Dwarf. Meaning small human, bro. And you can dress them up like they little kids. And they look like little kids if you make this image be little kids, but they grown. Go ahead, King. Damn.
Yes, sir. It's crazy. All right, Great Britain. British tradition has it its earliest dwarf mention in the old ballad, which begins in Arthur's court. Tom Thumb did live, and on this evidence, The prototype of the modern Tom Thumb is alleged to have lived at the court of King Edgar of authentic English dwarf. Of it says of authentic
I'm
English
fucking
dwarf.
baffled.
The first appearance of John Jarvis, 2 feet, who was
He was 2 feet.
he was 2 feet tall. It
Shit.
says and was a page to Queen Mary I. Her brother King Edward the Fourth
Hold on.
had
Hold
his
on,
dwarf
bro.
called.
Hold on. You can't just say that type of shit and get on. You
2 feet.
said
2 feet, Kel. How big was those comers?
small, bro. That's why I'm
I
like,
forgot. He can fit right in there.
they in
No
there.
problem. No problem. Yes, sir.
They got us, bro. We're little humans.
They
talking about little fairies. This is little.
That's what they mean.
That's what they mean. These little movies.
And we thinking it's some Disneyland cartoon, but nah, it's reality. It's reality, bro.
Go ahead. You can continue reading. I'm just keeping the people engaged in this crazy. That's why when you meet these actors and stuff, they be so small. I be like, what's your name? Yeah, man, I thought you was bigger on TV. And it's true. It's because they're so small.
They're real small. Okay. Let me see where I was. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right. It says a dwarf at the court of James the Fourth and first Christian steward was given 20 pounds in 1660 for his journey to Scotland. The first English dwarf of whom there is anything like an authentic history is Geoffrey Hudson. He was from 1619 to 1682. He was the son of a butcher of Oakham, Rutland, who kept a date bull for George Villiers, first Duke of Buckingham. Neither of Gregory's parents were undersized, yet at 9 years of measure, scarcely 18 inches. Wow. Thought he was gracefully proportioned. At a dinner
Told you
given
he
by
didn't
the
look
Duke.
no different other than a small human being. Niggas stood about.
That's it. 18 inches, bro.
What? That's premature.
That's a real person. He's 9 years old. 9 years old. So he been around here moving. He 18 inches. Little man. Oh man. All right. It says
remember that movie Little Man by the Marlon Brothers?
Yeah. Oh snap. And he was a grown man. Dang. Oh, bro. Hey, that's exactly what it is, bro. He a thug around here. He a real gangster, but he a baby gangster. Oh, snap. That's exactly what it is, Kel. Wow.
Oh
Okay.
man. Somebody text me this morning and said, Kev, I can't even watch movies no more. Do you know Captain America was selling Liberty Bonds, Kev? I said, I feel bad for doing that, but I think it's hard. I think this dude enjoyed that. He can't watch it no more, but just to think like, damn, you affecting people and we are affecting people to where, they have to look at history appropriately, at least with a great question mark, and see what they're selling you in these movies and how to not be afraid of some scare words like Illuminati is doing that to me. Pay attention. Look at what this is telling you.
I think it's better this way.
I think it is too. I was a little afraid myself, like I can't believe I'm fucking people whole world. But at this point, it's just like I feel great knowing that I know what we had monkey mind and what our symptoms are.
Yeah.
And I feel honored to even be one of the first people to address it in this manner, Go ahead, champ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I won't say this too far. Continue. If you didn't or hadn't done or not doing what you're doing, then there's no way we wouldn't be able to come out of being deemed as incompetent. Because if we believe it like they tell it, man, we incompetent. So hey, it's a great thing, kid. It
Yes,
ain't
sir.
it ain't bad at all.
Oh, I know that
Yes,
very
sir.
much. Thank you. Go ahead, champ.
Okay, it says at dinner given by Duke Charles I and his queen, he brought in to table in a pie out of which he stepped and was at once adopted by Queen Henrietta Maria. The little fellow followed the fortunes of the court in the English Civil War and is said to have been a captain of horse, earning him the nickname Strenuous Geoffrey for his activity. He fought many duels with a turkey cock, a battle record by Da Vinci, and the second with Mr. Crofts, who came to the meeting with a squirt gun, but who, in the more serious encounter which ensued, was shot dead by Little Hudson. So we already got him killing people, bro.
You already got him what?
We got him shooting people. They think it's a squirt gun. This boy banging people up.
Wait. They thought it was.
Oh man!
I told you. They think they going to the.
All right,
Where is this happening at? The World Fairs or something?
This happened. They saying this happened in Britain. This happened in Britain is what they saying. It says
Britain, New York. Go ahead.
Exactly. All right. I'm gonna read that part again. It says a battle record by the Venant and the second with Mr. Crofts, who came to the meetings with a squirt gun, but who in the more serious encounter which ensued was shot dead by Little Hudson, who fired from horseback and saddle, putting him on a level with his antagonist. Twice with
So he
Jeffrey,
used the horse to be the same side.
and walked up and banged him up.
Oh,
man,
it was a
killed
pony.
him.
So he rode up on a pony. He ain't got no
And
horse.
fire-
He ain't
and
even
fire
gonna get no
dude
horse.
up.
It'll take him a ladder to get up on a goddamn horse.
Yeah, probably for real. Probably like one of them settling ponies.
Those little miniature
something
ones.
like
Remember
that.
them little ones?
Yeah.
Put him in
Yeah.
where he can shoot him in the stomach. Pow! That old great stomach shot.
Pow.
That old great stomach shot. Lee Harvey Oswald.
And people think it's a game.
They think it's a
You
game.
see this little man, you like, man, what you doing? Ha ha ha, pow. Yeah.
Nigga hit you with that shit Joker uses, that flower on his on his jacket. Oh, you shot acid
For
in
real.
my eye. The fucking clown
Like,
did.
I can't believe it.
Nigga just shot me. Go ahead.
Okay, it says twice was Jeffrey made prisoner, once by Dunderkers as he was returning from France, whether he had been on homely business for the Queen. The second time was when he fell into the hands of Turkish pirates. His suffering during this latter captivity made him, he declared, grow, and in his 30th year, having been of the same height since he was 9, he steadily increased until he was 3'9". So he grew a little bit.
He grew a little
So he's
bit.
3'9". It says at the restoration, he returned to England. Where he lived on.
Oh, you went off. You went off. Call back. Call back. Lord have mercy, this guy. Lord have mercy. I hope he called back. I want y'all. The reason why I'm giving it to you guys this way is Monday through Friday. We go. You're gonna be learning it in pieces. I want y'all to know on today with these little Smurf hats, these Moors, the Moor system, the tether, the us situation, why all that is relative. It'll all make sense to you once we dive in depth per subject matter. So just enjoy the conversation. If you have something to say, feel free to call it in. We right here, 424-209-9506. B, you back on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm back on that. It says he was later accused of participating in the Popish plot and was imprisoned in the gatehouse. He was released, and shortly after he died at age 63. They got a portrait of this dude. His name is Nicholas Ferry, the court dwarf of King of Stannis of Poland. So that's where that Ferry probably come from. His name was Nicholas Ferry.
Damn.
So I was like, wow, bro. You got them going in and out of countries as babies, shooting people, being prisoners. All right, we got Poland. Court dwarf existed in Poland from at least the 16th century, when the Polish princess Catherine Jargelin and Sophia Jargelin.
Let me tell you this.
Both,
I just entered the
yeah,
gaming discussion place. It just hit me.
Okay.
Guess what they say? This is for
What's
a game called Total War. The question is, was Attila the Hun a dwarf? And this person is saying, I think I heard somewhere a while back that Attila the Hun was born with dwarfism. So does that mean California got Attila's height wrong, or am I just getting my facts? Oh my goodness!
Bro.
Look! I know some. Yeah, nothing definitive says. Okay, that'd be crazy if Napoleon, all of these great heroes was painted as this, and all of these dudes suffer from dwarfism. What if all these people? Just think about it at the World Fairs, and we've been watching.
That will make sense with the World Fairs too, because they come to see attractions, and this is something that's abnormal.
They never
and
seen
you got
a small world,
right? And then you got a number of them coming in working under like attraction field. Now we can shoot y'all underground from wherever we do the World Fair, which makes sense. That makes sense, bro.
Well, shit. I mean, shit.
Dang.
What if this is all like? Remember, we saw the pictures of the World Fairs using models and building these homes, and these guys appearing real big, like Epcot. What if it was all just a set of dwarf set? Like,
and you can get a bunch of different sets because it's small.
Because yes.
So that's another army. That's a small army. Not in the sense of being small in number, but small in size.
Small in size. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Say you doing Revolutionary Wars reenactment, and all these motherfuckers are small. We got.
And you could always make them look bigger, like with the illusion of the camera.
How they flying
And
around
the way
in these
they take
airplanes with these strings on them and doing loop-de-loops inside of the building, unless it's made small. If everybody's small,
Yeah.
they flying these.
Everybody small, it makes sense.
In my opinion, that's more like, are these people? Was this all like put together by dwarfs in dwarf cities in Europe? And were these people brought over to do these reenactments, not only as new reset people of Tartaria, it seems, but also orphan trains? All of this. You're talking tons and tons of people, man.
That I'm gonna say that makes sense.
Abandoned kids or abandoned dwarfs. See, this is what we're talking about here. Because this is what's going on at the time, right, B? not some fantasy about
Yes,
it,
sir.
but this is you just read
The
that he was
reality.
getting by pretending to be a child. Well, that puts their whole history at fucking risk. Look at this. Midget City looks
Mm-hmm.
like fucking America and the in the World Fairs, like they regular people. So there's no size difference
And
if you don't know that they're midgets. Go ahead.
and then I'm looking like if you do a little bit of both. All right, we're gonna bring babies in,
Yes.
and we're gonna bring the little people in.
Facts.
Okay, we're gonna bring the world fairs in with
Facts.
the attractions. We're
Facts.
gonna bring the little people in. All right, we're gonna bring so many of them. They're not gonna think nothing of it. It's a joke. Ha ha hee hee. All right, they in here now. Now we're gonna start from the world fairs and start digging underground, and then start subverting the country. So it's very feasible now that we know what we know. Like, yeah, that's how they was doing it. Like, you know, people not gonna take it serious at first till it's too late.
And they were using probably the nurses and the Red Crosses and mixing babies with grown ass people. You walk right about that mother. You never know.
And then the thing, I'm like, man, that last story where it's talking about dude rolled up and just blasted dude, man, you not gonna even expect or take it serious. A little person run up on you with that pistol, you think it's a squirt gun and he blasts you for real. Or they could, you know what I mean? Or got bombs and setting bombs. You're not even knowing where it's coming from or how they able to do these things. Like, wow, bro. It's an eye-opening ordeal.
Shit.
For real. Man, it was a city. Man, it was a city that was a small. Man, I'll find it. But it was a small town around that same time. Like a bunch of those small people got together and developed the whole town here. Like around that same time where they were coming in with the world fairs and with all of
So
the
they had their own midget
all
town,
take over. Yes,
fairy town,
sir.
or something like that.
Yes, sir. A whole fairy town, and a lot of the dwarfism comes out of that area. I'm gonna find it. I don't. It's somewhere deep in my notes, but I'm gonna find it. So, you know, can't underestimate nothing because they using everything possible. Like you said, it's a
Look,
a
2
whole
days
rush.
ago,
They blitz.
look, check this algorithm out. I put Crip Mac
Okay.
on a blind date with a dwarf, Christy Maginity. That's crazy that's in the algorithm right now. But go ahead.
Dang, bro. Yeah, that's wild, bro.
It's real though, and this is like
Nah, it's
I
real.
can see it as like, damn, this is what the and all the myths and storylines is about. Is really just fantasies and cover up about what was really done, what it took for them to live in a dream world, dreamland, Disney fantasy world of oh hi and all this fake shit. When in reality, all
Yep.
that is done to cover up the genocide and massacre and the theft of the land. That's why Disney bought up so much land, and it would all this going on, and your ass is being genocided out of existence by these same individuals. All the cartoons we watch, all this shit going back, it's like, damn, they really was
Snow
laughing in our
Snow
faces about
White.
it. Shit.
Yep. I'm like, dang, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'm like, dang, it's a numerous numerous different stories and allegories that they use that like you say, it's right in our face.
dealing with
We
dealing
can't
with
even see.
orphans, dogs, and of course what you just said. Shit.
I'm like, man, bro, it that is it's that's amazingly crazy, but like you said, it's real. You got these things really happening, and not just to say these things, but to be able to pull them up and for them to be proven, these things are proven. So it's not if we just say it is one thing, but to pull up real information where people can look up themselves
But
and
when I
these
see when I see
historical
these
things.
when I see these midgets and these small people, they're saying Italian or something at the holding up the same balls and cannonballs and TNT balls as the IWW and the people that overthrew the blacks at this time. What can you say? And wait a minute. Were these the people that was working in the mines, the small people who got mad and did what? Began to overthrow and plot. It's the old Smurf or, Oompa Loompa story where it's like the Boy Scouts. Were the Boy Scouts really the volunteers? Was Hitler's youth really a dwarf army full of little ass men that will become the workforce and miners? Oh, did that make more sense to me, bro?
Yes, sir. And then how they be able to get them in here, and boom, once you
Pass them
got
off
them
as
up, then
kids. We all know the medical things that was going on at the time. Smallpox, it was killing off all of our people. The Tuskegee experiment, syphilis, all of the Spanish flu, all this. So the world was in crisis on this side. The world was at war on that side, allegedly by way of propaganda brought to you by who? Disney.
same people,
Same motherfuckers. So
same
thinking
people.
ahead, thinking now in the future, it's like, damn, it's time to get into the world of business and focus on what's important and really get down.
Now,
Yeah. Go ahead.
now, one thing I did look up, and when I was looking up, I went back to when I was looking up the French and the Germans, and then inception of the birth of the nation when they
Yeah.
was using that propaganda to get the Ku Klux Klan started. They had something that they call Ku Klux Klan auxiliaries. It says organized groups
Those are
that
batteries.
supply.
Those are military auxiliary batteries. Large cannon fire.
Yes, sir. And they
Come
got
on.
different groups. All right, these groups, they said the women of the Ku Klux Klan, the Junior Ku Klux Klan, the Triple
Oh,
K girls, the American Crusaders,
got you.
the Royal Riders of the Red Road,
Come on.
um,
Of the Red
the Ku
Rose?
Klux
Of the Red Rose?
uh, Red Robe, like they got a robe on,
Oh, got you.
the
Got you.
Red Robe,
Go ahead.
and they got Ku Klux Baller, the clans. This the one tripped me out, but it don't trip me out because we know now. It says the Klan's Color Man Auxiliary. So
Oh,
they
that could
can't
be
say
the.
that they not
Go ahead.
that they can't say that black people wouldn't or people of
Yeah.
color wasn't part of it because they
Yes.
got the Ku Klux.
That had to be in real life the Russian Royal Guard because we got them as Buffalo Soldiers. And what were they doing at the time? Okay,
They were
then.
being scouts
Okay, then. That's
and other
Garvey in them.
things.
Look,
Yes, sir.
look, that's Garvey in
Yes,
them.
sir.
Look at that. A whole army over here. Look how we are identifying this just freestyling. Shout out to the people in my Cash App. I love y'all. I'm gonna do my shout outs in a minute. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead, King. Auxiliary
Yeah, and
black
then that
auxiliary units.
explains. Yes, sir. That explains why Walter Plecker got Marcus Garvey out of jail. That makes sense now when we know they had auxiliary units of colored men. Okay. They got all right, when I tried to look it up, they don't want to give you information on it, but we already got it. It says the American Crusaders were open white Protestant naturalized American citizens of foreign birth. The Klan's Colorman auxiliary
Yeah.
was African American men, but they saying little is known about them. In Oregon, the Junior Order of Klansmen was for teenagers. The Eugene Police Department historically has been a helpful auxiliary for helping spread the rhetoric and implementing the goals of the Ku Klux Klan. So that's the police department with them. Currently, EPD policy indicates no international association or association to the KKK at this point, which we know is false. They have the KKK Kids Klan, and okay, it says the origin of the KKK Kids Klan dates
Who
to
the
1924.
mascot? Mickey Mouse? Go ahead. I mean, I'm
Might
not
be,
surprised.
bro.
I'm not even surprised no more.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, it says when a mass baptism was performed, which included a commitment to a set of principles called Americanism, based on eye-opening reports.
Wait, I gotta hit the button.
They got baptized into the KKK.
They got no.
Not like this.
They got baptized into America, a new birth.
Yes, sir.
A false immaculation. No,
Yes, sir.
do you get it?
Yeah,
new birth.
I get it. A new birth. So
into what? They were baptized into what?
Into America.
So if
like,
if you was baptized into Americanism, what the fuck was you before?
You was a foreigner.
So
you
that
was
means I was right about the man in the high castle.
Definitely so, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Foreign agents was baptized in what's another word for baptism? Adopted into America, bro.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Straight adopted.
Damn.
Okay, they got an eyewitness report of it. They said, based on eyewitness reports, 10 children were encircled by some of 50 men, all wearing white robes. The baptism included a promise to God and a vow to religiously raise the children of the KKK. The meaning of the vow is to dedicate the children to a lifetime upholding of segregation, bigotry, and suppression.
Children, even the black ones, even the black ones.
I would assume so because they're part of the same
They're
group.
white.
Yes,
they're
sir.
white. Remember?
Yeah, they white.
They
yes,
white.
Sir.
So who is that? Them the Moors.
That is the Moors.
There
yeah.
You go.
Yes,
okay.
sir. From birth.
That's the black side of it. Go ahead. There you go.
It says the children, Christian, were few in number comparing to those who participated in the Klans and its auxiliary organization.
Why? Why were there few in number? Because there was 50 nations. All nations conspired against thee. So you got all these. They can't beat us now. There's too many of us. So what type of attack is that? A cabbage what? Tactic. Go ahead.
A cabbage patch. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Dang. Okay, it says the Kids Klan are the following: Junior Ku Klux Klan, Triple K Clubs, Ku Klux Kitties, Junior Ku Klux Klan.
I'll buy some cookies from them. Who was them? What's their name?
The Ku Klux Kitties.
Now that's right. I won't like the rest of them, but if I was walking in front of Walmart and I seen the Ku Klux Kitties selling a bunch of Ku Klux cookies made with a bunch of Ku Klux boxes, I don't know, I'm gonna buy a $12 box because what's the name of them?
The Ku Klux Kitties.
That shit just sound good.
And then look at this, though, Kel. Young humans are called children.
The
young goats are called kids.
Now wait a minute. Where is this at? Is this a part of the Ku Klux Society?
No, this is by definition. If you take a human, it's a child, a young child, which makes plural children. A goat is a kid, which is kitties.
Oh
Ku
my
Klux
goodness.
goat, little goat,
Little goats. Oh, let me hit the button. This is where the goat.
little goat.
This is where the goat society come in. The ones. Oh my goodness. I am glad on this day. Huh? What day is this? Today the
It's
19th, bruh. That I
19th, yes
stand with
sir.
righteousness and goodness on this day.
For real, for real.
That's
These
right.
little goats right here.
That's right. The
Okay.
goats. Go ahead.
Okay, it says the Junior Ku Klux Klan organized in Lykens, Lykens, Pennsylvania, where the group announced its presence by blowing a horn, lighting a letter J on fire. Whoa, next to a burning cross. The Junior Ku Klux Klan was
I
for
wonder who that.
teenage
I
boys.
wonder who that letter J is for.
That's what I was thinking too, bro. Like, wow, bro, they just gonna keep it up, huh? Letter J, next to a burning cross.
Go ahead,
Dang.
man. Just go ahead, man.
Okay. The Junior Ku Klux Klan was for teenage boys. Became also popular that it expanded across 15 states. The Triple K Club was for teenage girls and was also based on the women's group, also known as the WKKK.
The what?
Members of the WKKK, the
Oh my.
Women's Ku Klux Klan.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Where's Sister Deb at? She was a part of this one. No, oh, we're gonna. I feel somebody give Deb a hug. Catch her back there. She having post traumatic KKK disorder. Come on,
Uh,
go ahead, King. Where Deb
it
at? This is
says
crazy.
members of the Triple K Club learn a pledge song that is the following:
What is it?
beneath the flag that waves above, the
Uh-huh.
cross that lights our way, you'll always find
This I
find
never.
a sister's love in the heart of each Triple K. Oh dang, they rapping. They rapping, bro. It says members learn about motherhood, traditional gender roles associated their mother in promoting and catering to the main organization and appeared in parades sometimes as Miss 100% America, referring to the KKK's role of keeping the white race 100% pure. The Ku Klux Klan kitty, sometimes referred to as Cradle Cub, was a clan for infants and children. Dang,
What?
bro.
Little baby.
Yeah, they was tripping.
Hell Hitler. Little.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
How you
From
doing, little
infancy. It
white
says
baby? Get out of here. Hell Hitler.
dang,
Baby 2.5 years
dang, we are,
old, and then you got dwarfs right in front of him. You got a dwarf with a baby. No more. Hell Hitler. Both of them. Go ahead.
it says life as a child
Grown ass kids
in the
hanging out with
Klan.
8-year-olds. They all of them on the one.
All you hear is that what's that song? I'll be thinking and they come over here, they're bad to the bone.
Hell, you damn right.
That's what it is. Yep, that's
Run.
them.
You see that type of shit.
Okay.
Run, Negro, run. These niggas tripping. Go ahead.
For real. Okay, life as a child in the Klan was abnormal. The kids in the Klan participated in parades, which went to picnics and attended summer camps. We know what that picnic's about. It says a cool, oh man, they spelling this with all K's. Cool Coast Camp advertisement in Rockport, Texas provided a real family recreation under high-class moral conditions. Come on, bro. They just with all K's.
Wait, what's the name? What's the name of this great establishment? Spelled in all K's. What's the name of this?
The Cool Coast Camp, KKK. Cool Coast Camp. Advertisement in Rockport, Texas. It says it promised a real family recreation under high-class moral conditions for those involved in the Ku Klux Klan. Nights at the camp involved a law enforcer who took part in KKK activities and watched the children within the camp. The children also attended Klan colleges, which also spelled with K, during the 1920s in the states of Indiana and Georgia. Other activities of the kids' Klan consisted of KKK wedding rituals, charitable giving events, and funerals. At the funerals, the letters KKK. Yeah, bro, like this is crazy. Check this, Kelvin said at funerals, the letters KKK were formed by arrangement of flowers. Come on, bro. They got KKK flowers on the funeral.
So at the World Fair with all this shit going on with this KKK stuff. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they got that. Here they go, Kill. All right, check
hold
this.
up, bro. I don't even know how could you read that. I'd just be stuttering like I was. Sheesh, the KKK Cool Kids Society, the cool.
I'm like,
the cool
man.
camp. What's the name of that camp place?
The Cool Coast Camp. For real. I'm like, bro.
That's like a name you would see on the side of the freeway. What's the name of that? Cool Coast Camp. Spell with all K's too. Come on, kid.
I want to go there. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't do it. Real, don't do it.
What state
don't
is
do
Texas?
it.
God damn.
That was in Texas.
The Cool
and then they got
Coast
them,
Camp.
And then they had the Klan colleges spelled with K's, of course, in Indiana and Georgia. So, yeah, they was getting down with all of this. All right. It says...
I'll never look at the letter K the same again, bro. The special K, nothing about
real.
the letter K. Just turn it off. But go ahead.
It says, in contrast to the KKK's original formation as a Southern terrorist organization during the years of Reconstruction, the Klan encouraged and invited the involvement of women and children. It was part of Kill cracking up. Oh man, it was part of an attempt to create a core.
They so goddamn evil. They label themselves terrorists. You know them guys you ride in and around y'all communities in white masks. Yeah, they are
for real. They
terrorists now. The whole thing about it. All the police is involved. So I don't know who's gonna arrest them.
Yeah, they straight admitted it. They said they would come to the camp for kids and watch the kids.
Goodness.
Oh man.
Oh, these people so nice in their own communities. This is hilarious. Go ahead.
But they straight terror and Reconstruction tearing up to this nation.
So let me get this straight. At the time, since you got to be here by request of the federal government, this new adoption agency they have here, that means in uniform, you're regular. Hey, but out of uniform, you're a terrorist.
Yep, that's it.
That's it?
Straight terrorist organization.
Jeez, go ahead, man.
Okay, it was part, it says it was part of an attempt to create a core of true believers who would ensure the purpose purity of the white race. Now, when I read that, the purity of the white race,
I thought we went to war for all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, and look, Kel, when they say the purity of the white race, it's no longer a thought of just white people.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the purity of the white race.
Sinetta.
Like with his hand on his heart on that picture. Yes, sir. That boy, like Clayton Bigsby. Okay.
Like Clayton,
after the release,
he said like Clayton Bigsby.
For real. White power. That's what he on.
Go ahead.
It says after the release of the film Birth of a Nation, the KKK movement was revived and grew to encompass 3 of 8 million Klansmen. It says 3 to 8 million Klansmen by the mid-1920s.
All immigrants, all new immigrants, all of them. Take a pledge. I pledge to believe that to the flag of the white America, the United States of America. And what is that? That's called the Americanism, brought to you by
Yep.
foreigners. So here you go, the indoctrination into foreignism. I mean, Americanism. Go ahead. Foreignism.
It says the Ku Klux Klan wanted to keep American society pure and free from any who was not white and Protestant. Okay? The Klan believed the best way to achieve the goal was to involve the entire family in their belief. As the invisible empire of the Ku Klux Klan reached its pinnacle of membership and national influence of the 20s, children partake in the Klan's social rituals, societal rituals. So they want the whole family in there.
Because they all went to picnics.
Yep.
They all had to take
entire
part.
Family.
Let me tell you something about these Moors. You had to be a monkey to get in. So you either agree or you don't. You're black. And everybody want to be white in America, right? Because white is all right.
Yep.
It comes with benefit at the expense of blacks. So who wants to be black Negro when you can be white? White
Nobody.
power. You know what I'm saying? So you need to come out of it, because you got white people who are not white power, but then you got black people who are white systematic power. Now, y'all,
they about to get to them too. I'm looking at them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead,
Yes,
champ.
sir. Yeah. It says entire families dedicated their lives to promoting their ideology of white supremacy.
Told you.
It says for those devoted to the ideology of white supremacy, bigotry was posted from the cradle to the grave.
Oh my goodness.
It says the extreme racist hate group showed hostility to those who was not white and Protestant. The Klan revealed belligerence towards African Americans, Jews, Muslims, Catholics, Asians, immigrants, leftists, LGBT communities. The Klan believed that the Caucasian race.
Now here it is. The Klan believed the Caucasian race what?
Was superior, and that the world would be a better place if the white race was still able to control the people and their lives.
Facts.
Go ahead. I'm looking at all those names after African American are still considered white. Caucasian. So
no, Aryans.
They double talk.
No. Let's call them
Aryans.
what they are.
Okay.
These are Aryans tried to ride the coattail of you. So here you are. Here they are committing the attack in their civilian clothes, and then as Aryans say, "Yeah, see what's been done to black people and minorities." This is equivalent. This is why you have foreigners coming in as minorities to take advantage of tuitions by way of education. Blah, 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 blah. They get all these incentives by way of minority, but claim white in status on their census. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So
gotcha.
that's go ahead.
We're gonna do the crime and
benefit
we're gonna do
from
the crime and get the sympathy.
And then this is how you get black people to fight for their own genocide. Now you got Martin Luther King doing what? Leading them into their own fire. Now you got all these people stuck not trying to figure out how this works. No, you don't understand how white supremacy works, Tariq Nasheed. They're all, you all are all Aryans. Go ahead, King.
Okay.
Yes.
It says the burning of a cross had deep meaning to the Ku Klux Klan.
Go ahead.
It says it represented the light of the cross, banishing the darkness and ignorance within the world. Wow. The fire reminds the Ku Klux Klan to cleanse and burn the land of evil and impurity.
Told you.
The cross lightning is for worship and to empower Jesus Christ.
Now wait a minute. Cross folded up is what? Death Square.
Square.
It's a square.
Death Square.
So, do you worship the cross? Of course not.
No.
No,
No, sir.
no. So they're trying to get you
No,
to
sir.
worship Jesus Christ by way of the cross.
Which is the opposite of what you should be doing.
So read that part
You
again
supposed
for
to
me,
be-
champ.
It says the cross lightning is for worship and to empower Jesus Christ and his followers to not show disrespect and hatred. So
Now at
they
this
are
time,
bullying.
bingo. I was about to bring them up. These the Catholics taking over, telling you what you gonna do.
Yep, you gonna follow like this, or we gonna kill you.
Facts. And you gonna worship on this day, or we gonna do what?
We gonna kill you.
That's
We
why
gonna
you got
burn
the
you up.
Sabbath wrong. He said, honor my day, keep my Sabbath holy, do no work.
Yes, sir.
Not go to church on Sundays and praise Jesus. He don't want that or hear that or even acknowledge that or none of that. He say the Sabbath, not the day that was chosen for you by seeing God death, the God of what? The moon. And if you was watching that movie, The Green Pastures, you would know that God said the moon worship was sin, dancing around the moon. He said they ain't know that I labeled that sin yet. For sure, watch this.
Yep.
I told you God is against moon worship and dancing and howling at them, all that. You can't get mad at me for trying to be as upright as I can and take as many with me as I can. Go ahead, King.
Yes, sir. Like, yeah, that's the end of the reading, but yeah, I caught that too. That I forgot to mention that. Yep, that was straight up. So ain't no way around all this stuff. Everybody that we seeing with all these different ideologies, the very thing that they say they're against, they ideals and they actions show that they are with it. So, hey, what can they do? They can't lie about it.
Of course not.
They can, but it's gonna be brought.
I mean, they
gonna be
supposed
brought
to
out.
lie about it. That's what they pledged to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but it's being brought out to the forefront and exposed to where the average person can understand what's going on and what's been going on. Straight up, Kill. Yes, sir.
Damn.
Definitely so.
Damn.
And that was mind blowing when I read all of that. I didn't know all these different groups and for them to be able to say they got a Ku Klux Klan color man's auxiliary. Now it makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense. So they've been admitted. They expose themselves with their actions, their ideology,
Yes.
and then even the Ku Klux Klan is saying, "Hey, we got colored men over here." So it's not a hatred for colored men.
Wait a
it's
minute.
a hatred for the
Now
people.
wait a minute. Now wait. I just thought about something. Didn't I just talk about?
Uh-huh.
Didn't I just talk about the skull color? What's that dude who murdered over 80 million people?
Oh, Genghis Khan.
What, ain't he an Ottoman?
Yep, Ottoman. Yep. I believe he is.
I just thought about it. So when we were just talking about the Ottomans, we talking about Genghis Khan.
Them the Moors.
Them, there they go.
Yep.
The Moors. That makes sense that
the
Marcus
Moors.
Garvey would murder over 80 million. That's why I was saying that. Damn,
Yep.
bro. It just clicked. Damn. When I brought up the fact that he's the real Genghis Khan, you called him Genghis Garvey yesterday.
Yep, Genghis Garvey, bro. Like that's his guy. Now and forever, Genghis Garvey to me. That's what it is. Don't care if you get mad. That's what it is,
Genghis Garvey.
Genghis Garvey.
Think about it on that
Yes,
level.
sir.
Everything we're just finding out the real Adolf Hitler and the real Genghis Garvey. I mean, Genghis Khan is right here. They're all colored. They helped. Not only did these people do this, they made shoes and clothes out of the skins of our people. Ain't that something Genghis Khan would do?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Yes, sir. Around here just being a devil.
They said Genghis
To
Khan
the
stacked
fullest.
up bones all the way up a mountain. Well, ain't that what I showed
Then
y'all?
you got our people. Yes, sir. And that's so incredible to even see. Like, wow, bro, that's crazy, man. You got them showing, and then all of the our people that went out to Liberia
There you go.
dealing
With
dealing with the
Genghis Garvey,
Black Star
and
Line,
then they were
Genghis
overthrew,
Garvey again.
and he's acting out way of the African. What did they? The Pan African conference out by way of London. They lured us out there and stole our
Yeah,
identities, and came back dressed as us, wearing
and you know
prisoner
they
of war clothes. When the Saints go marching in, go ahead, champion.
and this man had on a straight French hat. We're
Yeah,
not supposed to know that you connected with France,
come on,
bro. Come on,
come
man.
on now.
We see
No,
you.
we wasn't supposed to.
Now we
We
see.
wasn't supposed to understand his connection to Marcus, to Walter Plecker. Walter Plecker did the paper genocide. Genghis Garvey Khan, shit,
Straight up.
did the footwork and got our people up out of here. And they used the black face to do so. And he's a part of the black auxiliary unit of this, and he practiced Americanism by way of London and France and all that other stuff. They
Yes,
are white
sir.
power.
So
And I know that's an ugly truth.
that's
That's an ugly truth. But it is the truth. Go ahead.
so no matter if they try to deny, they can't deny it. Like Nate Dogg was saying, you can't deny it, bro. Like the white power, the white power they talk about, that's what y'all are. The monkey business, you
Aryans.
signed up for it,
Yes.
proven.
You
Aryan.
agreed to be an Aryan, and you are at the bottom. You agreed to be done this way to get into this society, to be an amended citizen. Now you claim Morocco, but now we find out y'all ain't nothing but the old reemergence of the old Ottoman Empire. Old friends.
Old friends.
Yes.
So, they can fake it all they want to, but in the end, the truth comes is out. It's being brought out by you, Kill, and ain't nothing they can do
You
about it.
too,
Like,
sir,
yes, sir.
and
Most
many
definitely, I
others.
feel
Everybody
honored.
gonna get it's me, and I'm at the forefront, but it's not just me, because you are here and others, and everybody in due time get they just due at that blessing of knowing this. But you got to be able to see it with the correct bird's eye view. Go ahead, champ. Anything else?
Now, Kill, it's just an honor to even know this information and to be a part of this. This truly is historical because our people ain't never heard this, bro, for real. And as many as gonna hear it and hearing is gonna hear it, it's gonna change the world. It's already changing the world, Kill. I just wanted to say that, and it's Kill Bro or nothing, bro.
Or
We're gonna
nothing.
keep on
And
keep rolling.
I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to knock this out just like that. Thanks a lot, B.
All right now. I'll talk to you later.
My man, something fast, something easy. Even though it was 3 hours, I was up early thinking about all of this. Like, let's start this week off correct and let the people know from the gate what we'll be talking about and going over this week. Over here at Cairo University, it's 10:53. Out here on the West Coast, it's lunchtime. I haven't had no breakfast or nothing. It's brunch time, time to get something to eat. I thought this was more important, and I like to be hungry as I deliver these messages like this. Reckon it make me want to go harder and harder. So shout out to the people who contributed to this program throughout the show. Gotta love y'all for that. Mr. Kevin Glover for your free thinking of the truth. Shout out to you, Mr. Glover. Shoe 87 with that $55 donation. Shout out contribution to this broadcast for you and B. I appreciate both of y'all. I like that. Taj, great info, mind blowing. Shout out to you, Kevro Bars, Mrs. Hornick out there in the world, Kesia, Ira Gibson, Most High. Shout out to y'all. I forgot how to say that name. Paul Hamilton. Shout out to you with that $50 contribution to this broadcast. and Janita Moore. Keisha again. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all for that. Blessings, you on the air. What up? Oh, they hung up. They hung up. So I was trying to give people a chance to call in. Maybe they'll call in after a minute. But yeah, keep your minds open. Stay free. Keep your minds free. And I know a lot of it is like, damn, do we gotta relearn this? It's up to you. And I'm not telling you relearn nothing, because you know what's right and wrong. You an adult. You know when you learn something and you've been at a cap for so long that it becomes repetitive, like these little sciences and these little things, to where that's as far as they can go. And then somebody like myself come along and raises the bar and lets you know it's more to know than that. And not only that, that's real small in my world. You feel me? It's nothing to just pull you up on the internet and check out your psychology and see what points of views you coming from and break that down, because ain't nothing new under the sun. Been there and done it, but you ain't never seen this. That's the problem with it. Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's how I know. But you ain't never seen this one, though. Ain't nothing new under the sun, but you ain't never seen this one. And you going to hear that in the Lil Wayne bar coming up in one of his albums or something. Press 1. And this is supposed to be right now. You're supposed to wake up. And you got a bunch of people out there talking, and you see what's going on in the world before they show you intelligence. They show you their ignorance. I beg to differ. I think we can get our days off right and then flow into ignorance later on in the day when we chill it out and have fun. But just guess what? Kev, breaking news. It's time for me to get something to eat. I just heard Hassan Campbell just got shot outside of his live stream. Outside of his... Damn, that's weird. Coffee and Kush TV. Kev University. You on the air. What up?
What's going on, Professor? This Rico.
Rico, what's up, champ?
Man, trying to call in about these green pastors, little people, and talk about a little monkey mind real quick.
Go ahead, champion.
Man, I want to start off right here on and tie it in with green pastors, but I want to start off with the France and America link. And I'm just to read something I sent you.
Yeah.
I found in a news article. This is from the ambassador. His name is M.M.E. Jurisran of France. Well, the guest of honor at the reception is held in the honor by the Southern Society of Washington in the 2 ballrooms of the Willard Hotel. William H. Saunders, president of the society, is introducing the ambassador to the large gathering. And what it fits to step up is these 2 centuries joined their hands a century and a half ago in the throes of a revolution. And why I brought that up because we just brought up the revolution of the French Revolution, which would have been a revolution of 1772. When I read this article, it was in 1922, so I did the 150 years minus, and that would have been 1772. So they saying in this article pretty much saying America and France took part in the French Revolution together. And so, yes, sir. So they are linked in one chain. And what made me realize that was in Green Pastures.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you another version of Green Pastures, but I showed you a picture of where it says the private flag of his honor, old King Pharaoh. And what the crown is linked by the chains of the Oddfellows. And when you understand the links in the chain is what you've been saying about the handship or the friendship shape that they do between all fraternities.
That's the tether. That's the chain.
And what you were showing is right
the
on
friendship
the boat,
treaties, and those are the tethers to the chain. They all become more and anchor. We got this. Go ahead, talk that shit,
man. And man, look, man, they came in all doing it right at the same time as the Dolls was playing. The Dolls playing was going, and so I'm gonna touch in a little bit more on it tomorrow. But I want to bring this up when it comes down.
So when the Bible talking about breaking the chains, is at a deeper level than just some chain, right?
Yes, sir.
That's
definitely
right.
A deeper level. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. We got to come up from amongst these, and separate ourselves. And it says right here in another article, it says bootleggers aid aliens to reach U.S. It says Secretary Davis talks to a president understood to favor law for registration of incomers. Aliens are being illegally bootlegged into the United States by the hundreds. Secretary of Labor Davis said last night on leaving the White House at the conference with President Harding. So, President Harding is coming in right before President Coolidge, and then I believe it's Herbert Hoover, and then it's going to be President Roosevelt.
Yeah,
So they pulled the cold one, Kel. They were, especially coming after Tip and wrote the
They
first one.
were they were doing it by way of 5013Cs and other incorporated handouts. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so it says bootleggers. The secretary said we're finding it more profitable to bring in immigrants who are banned by law than to handle liquor. Such illegal entries be added were being made from the Bahamas and Cuba into Florida and across the Mexican border from Canada. So it's coming in again from the Bahamas. We're getting it from the south because a lot of what I'm researching is through Louisiana. That's where a lot of the Panamanians and a lot of our brothers who are of the hold on one second, Kev. Well, a lot of our brothers that are coming from the not just the Nation of Islam, but that thought process of sin and monkey mind. A lot of those brothers was coming up through again what I want to say South America, and then again right there from Canada,
Like
and then I put to show how the
that's
Chinese
why it's
again.
Pan America, Panama. They coming
Yeah.
from they coming
Yes,
in
sir.
from South America. That's where you would get
Yes,
a
sir.
Spanish war, a so-called
Yes,
Spaniard
sir.
war.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead from those areas. Go ahead. They're coming up.
And I got Howard Taft. Oh my bad. I got Howard Taft and President. Hoover, who was Secretary of War at that time. They said to solve the Negro problem was to get the Negroes to go work on the Panama Canal. That was one way, and another way was yes sir, yes sir. And then I have another, and they was going to use the vagrancy laws to try to enact this. They said they want to try to change up the vagrancy laws. I don't know if they all the way went through it. I'm definitely doing more research on that, trying to figure out if they was able to actually get them over that. Because I do have another article where, like you said, I just want to make sure, but they said they had returned African Americans from a war in the Bahamas and stuff like that, but it was more like in 1910 and 12. But I want to get back to the movie, The Green Pastures.
Go ahead.
Man, that was a great movie, man.
Yes,
Had
sir.
tears, man. That was a great movie.
It had you in
Yes,
tears.
sir. And man, in tears, man. I cried
It's
twice, man.
It's real,
I'm trying to
man.
watch
That's
it today.
real.
It's real. It's real. And I want to start off where it says suggested by Southern sketches of Old Man Adam and his children. So I understood that. That was where at the beginning of the movie. That of course they speaking in the like what you said earlier. They was trying to speak about the Bible in their own sense, but I understood that this was also a Southern tale of them saying we are Adam's children.
Yes.
And so that was a great thing for me to start off with. In the version of the movie that I'm going to send you, it's a little different from the one you showed because the character's a little different. I don't know how much. I'm going to watch the one you showed today. I'm going to try to go find that one and watch that version of it and see, try to compare the two. But in the version I sent you a picture of the guy with they had top hats. So when you showed this picture of Midget City, you remember how somebody called in and they called them the flat hat wearers. They wear flat hats.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And so those would be some of the Nation of Islam people, some of the people who are just really all together, whether they from Algiers, things of this nature.
Right. They're Shriners. They're Shriners.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
There
go
you
along,
go.
right along.
There you go. They're Shriners.
And so, hello, yes, sir. Sorry about that. And so, as I was looking at that, one main thing they pointed out was they was giving a timeline of events, which was so powerful because, and I sent you another picture and the one I was watching when God came down to Hezra. This was after he brought Moses and us out of Egypt. He said he was tired with us, and he seen Hezra, and this looked like the Civil War time. He said that they're about to take down Jerusalem, and who it was? I'm trying to think of who it was, but either which way though, what he did was he came down and as he spoke to Hezra, he was saying that he seen the suffering and then ended up coming to Jesus. But the main thing is that it looked like the Civil War era. And then when he jumped up to the preacher, as he was preaching, he said, this is important. He said, the things that's going on right now look like what's going on in New Orleans. And let me pull it up and read it word for word. And this why I'm knowing this, that Louisiana is very important. He said, this was the preacher who was telling the story. And what he said, he was talking to, cause like I say, the version I seen was a little different. So it was a preacher in the back of the church that was behind the children as he was reading, as he was going through the biblical stories.
Yeah.
And so at the end, when he said, he said, we went back into bondage and we went into Babylon. He said, and this is after we went into captivity with Moses. So he said, yeah, we looking like we're going back into Babylon. And he said, it's looking like the all-night bell houses in New Orleans right now. And so when the preacher said that, it made me put in the thought process of the odds fellows again, and all these, doing the circuses, and you seen it in the movie how they was at the beginning of the movie when he was getting ready to the preacher was getting ready to come to the church. He said it was a circus going on, and he was like, hey, we'll go to that circus in a little while. So you can tell they was already being hyped up to go to the circus at the beginning of the movie in Green Pastures. So that was another thing I seen. And hold on. And when he and that's why I say again, Hijra, that was 1776 when they showed that would have been the American Revolution. Why I bring back that midget of little people, because again, when God went down to help Hijra, when you watch the movie, it's like they all went out to war and knew that they was just to lose America. To me, that was the way I pictured it, man, because they gave cannons, and this was what was important too. When the guy who is wearing the, and you got to be able to look at the screenshot. When the guy who's wearing the chain, the moon, the crescent moon chain, when he shoots the guy, he calls him the son of Cain. First they call him the son of Cain.
That's the one. We ain't watched that one yet.
Yeah, I didn't know it was two different versions, Kel. So what you showed me, I haven't watched, but I sent you screenshots of the one I watched. I didn't know it was two different versions.
Go ahead.
So yes, sir. So so the guy, like I say, he's wearing a crescent moon chain, and when God comes down, he's saying, hey, who are you the daughter of? She says Shem, and then he say, who you waiting on? A son of Cain. So again, it shows again what you've been saying is we mixed again, but also down towards the line too. When I'm reading right now in a newspaper where in New York they let all of the Panamanians or all these people of different brown skin colors start mixing with the people of Caucasian races on the east side of the island. So when we think about World Fairs and the New York the Coney Islands and stuff like that, they were making neighborhoods where they were integrating with each other and starting to be able to multiply. So this was also going on in the 1920s. But I see this is all comes from, again, Green Pastures showing me that this is just a repetitive cycle. So even the King Pharaoh, he had the wagon wheel for a chain, and which you taught us about the wagon wheel and how this all goes back to monkey mind. And that's what I want to bring up too real quick, which is the monkey mind. And when I was doing my research on Harlow, I was able to pull up different things that he worked on, say the drug experiment of 1969, which started in 1929, which showed things like dual action theory, which was to create addicts. They found a way to create addicts, and of course, that leads up to the 1980s drug epidemic, in which they gave us the drugs, took them away, but they found that out through Harlow understanding that if you give somebody something and take it back from them without the withdrawal, when they're going through withdrawals, they're going to start acting out and become dependent and things of that nature. So these was through Harlow's experiments. And he also used one where he, in 1932, he started one where ape was raised with a sister. So ape was a brother and a sister. This was in 1932, and this was called that's what it's called, ape raised with a brother and a sister. And from that, he was figuring out problem solving with the monkeys, a multitude of commands, even showing that the monkeys could understand up to 95 words if they asked them to be pointed to their nose and things of this nature. So to me, like what you and B was saying, they were trying to learn if we not only maybe can use them, later on down the line for war purposes, but once we reset the mind of these people, we need to see if they're going to integrate into society, because we need to assimilate these people. So that's what I'm getting from this man Harlow, Harry Harlow, and saying that he was working with Winthrop Kellogg. And I think somebody brought up Kellogg's name before, but also the guy who, this is different from the guy who makes the Kellogg cereal, but both of them are eugenicists and physicists who are working against our people. And when I looked up the reason why I guess they're using the Kellogg name is because they saying they own some property. Of course, what we've been saying, what they do with trying to get ownership and inheritances and stuff like that. But it was just crazy that two Kellogg's are working on the same agenda of using eugenics. And like I say, this Winthrop Kelly was working with Mr. Harlow on that sister brother monkey experiment. And there was one more Mr. Harlow worked on, which was called the Pit of Despair, in which he took monkeys, and this was in 1971. What he did was he placed them in, so like jailhouses, placed them in separate units, fed them, see how they would be able to grow, trying to see how they would react physically, mentally, these things in this nature. And then at the end of it, he put them in what I would think 23-1 in lockdown. And so pretty much he was trying to create a depressive state through the monkeys, in which we understand, like what you've been telling us, Kev, we all being diagnosed with PTSD right now, man. And like you say, this is Shutter Island, and I'm glad to be on it, man, being diagnosed. But it's a bunch of more notes I want to go through. And I'm really, I got my little cousin up here at the mall. I'm trying to buy him some shoes. I'm telling you, you got to go buy your own shoes right now. I've been waiting to get this phone call in. And it's a couple, oh, if you can, Kev, before we get off, I sent you a picture of Calvin Coolidge and I sent you a picture of the midget. My bad. The little people. If you can pull up the little people for me, I'm going to show you which one I'm telling you.
I'm about to go eat.
I want to
lunch.
read off. Yes, sir. Oh, well, hey, look, handle your business, Professor.
Thank you so much.
We'll catch up with it early.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Coffee and Kush TV, thanks y'all and my contributors for participating in this broadcast. Hopefully y'all learned a lot from the Moorish, the mooring system. That's where he should have stayed. You see how they everywhere. I have a set curriculum. The way I've been doing YouTube like that, it ain't happening during the week, during my regular broadcast, because I'm not really taking calls like that. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of teaching about it. So, no. Time for me to get something to eat. God bless y'all. I love Rico, but I don't know where he was about to go, and I'll rather do that when the time is appropriate. Maybe he can become part of Cairo University at the appropriate tier and become whatever he want to become rather than just try to hunt me down, because I don't got it in me any longer. I got Coffee and Kush starting, and it's a lot of shit being talked, and I'm trying to get to it. Okay, so we can be compensated here, my team, me and B, and my blogging and teams and stuff like that. We can all make some revenue doing this. So God bless y'all. I'll see y'all later. Join the Patreon, patreon.com if you haven't already. And guess what? As always, family, I'll holla.